need that sports encyclopedia. Where you at, Steve Kim? Got Trent in the cut.
What up, man? The real Coach JB. My main man, Big Smitty.
Are y'all ready for this?
Ground like something to prove it. Came to a conclusion that is Smitty and JB and Smitty from West Coast to your side. Worldwide, we in your city. Keep it 150. We never change what's happening. Hurdle Lincoln.
In any metric, Coach, you cannot have Russell Wilson.
Nick gave me my first offer. Like, you got to have that store. You got to be marketable.
Hockey, football, baseball, then basketball.
Oh, I love this fucking show so much, dude. Are you mixing light and dark at 11 a.m.?
I'm elated that I can be able to coach, that I can be able to mentor these kids, and give them everything that I've learned over the last 20 years.
Smitty and Jason Brown, killed it, yeah, it's a rap. We what the game's been missing, we switched it and filled the gap. Smitty and Jason Brown, we killed it, yeah, it's a rap. We what the game's been missing, we switched it and filled the gap.
You are now tuned in to the Coach JB Show.
Hello? Can you hear me? Derek. Man, God, I hate this dang phone line, man. I'm sorry, JB. I spent all this dang money on this phone line, and the signal was horrible. I don't get it.
Guess what? All right, appreciate you. We got a new deal with Mint Mobile. I just saved your whole life in phone drama. Mint Mobile is now a new proud sponsor of the Coach JB Show with Big Smitty.
Stop playing.
Your problem's been solved.
We got a partnership with Mint Mobile? You talking about Ryan Reynolds, Mint Mobile? Stop playing right now. Hold on. Let me Google this real quick.
You can try mintmobile.com/CoachJB and get 3 months free when you use the promo code CoachJB.
Hey, man, I did a quick Google search real quick to make sure you wasn't playing around. They got plans as low as $15? They got plans for $30, unlimited everything. Speed, coverage, data, access to 5G, unlimited talk, text, mobile hotspots. You can talk in Mexico, talk in Canada, and they're built on the nation's largest 5G network. Are you kidding me, JB?
Hey, and everyone wants to know how hard it is to switch to your service. Big Wireless wants to think it's hard. They want you to think it's hard, Big Smitty, but switching to Mint is super easy thanks to digital eSIM cards, which most phones now have. You can sign up and activate immediately right on your phone from the comfort of your own home. Mint Mobile does it all. Short, fat, skinny, and tall. That's why the Coach JB Show with Big Smitty is proud new sponsor using promo code CoachJB. Try mintmobile.com. This is where it's at. We got it, Big Smitty.
And hold on, JB. I just read this. Last but not least, man. Hey, y'all, don't be duped by Big Wireless right now. I'm telling you, right now, Mint Mobile is through January 1st. You will receive an additional 3 months free, 90 days, 3 months free if you purchase a 3-month plan using our link below. So, hey, I'm switching over to Mint Mobile right now, JB. I'm done with this company I'm working with. They crazy. The line it never works. The signal is out, and it costs too much money. I'm going over to Mint Mobile, JB, and y'all should do the same.
Big Smitty, I'm calling you right now.
JB, Mint Mobile.
Mint Mobile, clear as day. I hear you clear. The new promo code Coach JB right here, 3 months free. Mint Mobile, try mintmobile.com/CoachJB and get you there free. 3 months off, family deals, all deals, short, fat, skinny, and tall. Mint does it all. Proud new sponsor. Much love. We'll see you later. Peace. What up? We're in the building. Coach JB on this free game Friday. Free game, fired up, fearless Friday. We got it all. And my main man, Big Smitty, is here in the building today. He don't have Boost Mobile. He has Mint Mobile, which this show is brought to you by Mint Mobile. Proud new sponsor. Change your phone line today like Big Smitty did so he can be my co-host.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How you doing, JB?
Blurry camera for right now, but it'll kick. It adjusts. I think you're like too close, and then
Why does that happen? Every time I hop on,
I gave you a quality camera, better than like Fox and ESPN uses, and that's why. And you so close, it adjusts. It takes adjust periods, like, and it'll adjust to your face. Now you're too far, so it's horrible. So it takes time.
I think it's back now. JB got the 2.5 men shirt on, legendary show. A lot of y'all in the chat and on TikTok is too young to know about that, man. But it's Free Game Friday. I'm so turned up, excited. Big time weekend, man. My brother flew in last night. Shout out to my guy, F.A. Ogune, Scott and Moppour. We about to be hitting the streets. So if you in the West Coast, you in Cali, you in L.A., you might run into Big Smitty outside in the streets. That's all I'm going to say. If you see me, come take a picture with me. Tag Coach JB show. We might put it on Monday show. I'm gonna be in the streets, JB. That's all I'm saying.
Be careful. Be careful. Them streets calling.
I'm good out here, JB.
They're not calling for just anything either. Be careful.
I know real OGs out here, JB. I can make a couple. Shout out to Rockhead Johnson. I got a couple I can call right now and get shit popping. That's all I'm trying to say. I'm good out here.
We gotta fix your camera and internet, dog. It is horrific.
You can't hear me?
It keep cutting out. Boost Mobile, Hector. I'm telling you, this cat. He talk about in them streets, Hector. He better figure this internet out. He got Boost Mobile internet at the house.
My stuff work perfect. It's crazy. I can hear you perfectly. I look so good on my end. It's crazy. I don't know what's going on. It's StreamYard. I got all my bars right here.
It's starting to adjust right now.
I don't know what it is, man. It's been good the whole time. We was talking behind the scenes.
Mint Mobile got internet?
No, they don't. I wish they did. I would switch over immediately. I would get Mint Mobile internet immediately. I got this Spectrum, man. One thing I'm gonna tell you about Spectrum. I was with AT&T my entire time out here. Flawless, no issues. I moved to a different location. The location that I'm at is covered by a different, you feel me, network or whatever. So I switched over to woo, and now I'm dealing with that. So we'll see, man. So
Spectrum's horrific. I got rid of Spectrum. I cuss them motherfuckers out every day.
I know. I've been dealing with that. So we'll see. I've never had Spectrum until now, but they cover this area.
Cox. It's all bullshit, man. It's a fucking monopoly, man.
My boy Alan said he got Spectrum. Do you get issues with Spectrum, Alan? Because I'm still new to this, Alan.
Yeah,
Let me know.
Alan says it's horrible.
Yeah, see. I know, Alan. I don't want it, Alan. I want to stay with AT&T. I'm gonna keep it a bean with you. I want to just transfer my shit over, but the location that I'm at, I guess they just didn't cover the area. So you know how it is, man. So we gonna figure it out, man. I might have to cut these motherfuckers out. So, but we here.
We here. Big Smitty, we're in the building.
I was like, did JB mute or now is my sound fucked up? I'm like, damn, everything messed up.
It's both. It's both. Your sound is choppy as shit. We got a lot going on here today. It's Free Game Friday, Fired Up Friday, Fearless Friday. Big Jeff Nadu will join us. Big Matt will join us. Yeah, I'm just cussing cats out on TikTok. It wasn't nothing. It wasn't nothing on your end, but your shit is kind of like Boost Mobile-ish, but it is what it is. Let's start off today with a banger. Let's get the quote of the day started, brought to you by AQMS, proud new sponsor as well. The Coach JB Show, we move everything from furniture to side pieces to some hoes. We move everything, cars, houses, furniture. AQMS, affordable quality moving and storage. 1-888-233-3110. Call them. Use my promo code by calling that number. You don't need anything else. Just 1-888-233-3110. AQMS, the best moving company in the world. Ask Eric Weddle. He used them. We got a lot going on. Roth Morrison, new proud sponsor. News member. Shout out to him.
Shout out to Roth Morrison.
Shout out to Roth. We got a lot going on in here. We need to send that AQMS truck right over to SoFi and grab Staley and his
Brandon
whole
Staley.
family move his shit out of there. I'm sure the Chargers fan base would love if AQMS were to move the Staleys out of the goddamn facility. He looked horrific, but we're going to break that down. But let's get you the quote of the day. I got my own quote of the day today. I mean, it's always my own, but it's like really, I just said it. Just straight up saying it. Fuck it, Big Smitty. It's free game Friday.
I see it right here.
Quote of the day. Until a motherfucker tells me to my face how they feel about me, they can have a seat in the bitch made cat section. That's the quote of the day. Because you don't get it, Smitty. You don't get it no more. It's all text, tweet, DM. They're so protected on TikTok. These motherfuckers on TikTok saw me in person. Them motherfuckers would be on two bended knees asking for fucking autograph, a picture to fuck their baby mama. Like, you know what I'm saying? All that type of shit. So it is what it is.
How much do tickets cost? How much do tickets cost in the bitch made section?
Yeah, exactly. Contrary to belief, real quick, I don't treat people badly, Big Smitty. That's what people don't get. Contrary to belief, I don't treat people badly. I treat them accordingly. Contrary to belief. People don't get that. People don't understand what that means. People think it's offensive. No, it ain't. I treat you accordingly. If you're a bitch made cat, I treat you as such. Contrary to belief. Women fuck who they want, Big Smitty. Men fuck who they can. Contrary to belief. We all got the homie that'll fuck short, fat, skinny, and tall. They fuck them all. We have those homies. Keep it real.
We do.
So,
that's the bar.
Girls are a little bit more selective. They can fuck who they want. We got to kind of fuck who we can't. See, that's what, but when you get to a certain age, you don't even do that no more. I don't fuck who I can no more.
Well, you said you don't really do that. Period. You just get the head and you got to keep it going. So you know.
Yeah,
what I mean?
but I'm saying nowadays though, I'm selecting.
Right.
I'm a selector school. I am a selector school. Like I'm a Georgia, I'm a Alabama, I'm a Ohio State, I'm a USC, I'm a Texas.
I'm top of the top.
Those are selector schools. That means like when Akron called, Akron has you committed the whole time, and then Nick Saban calls on the 23rd hour before signing day. It's like, hey, man, in an hour, I lost a guy. You want to be a Crimson Tide, Roll Tide, Alabama? Hell yeah, coach. Come on then, sign. Click. That motherfucker has never spoke to Nick Saban ever in 4 years, and he got him on the 23rd hour.
So what you're saying is a girl might be with a dude right now, hypothetically. She go take a bathroom break. She bumps into you. She sees you. And you like, hey, man, I ain't trying to get involved in your business, nothing like that. But I'm out here. I'm gonna be at such and such address. You want to pull up and have a good time? That's where I'm gonna be. If not, you can stay where you at. And you send that woman 9 times out of 10 gonna decommit from the MAC and go to the SEC, which is JB. I see what you're saying. You preaching.
Oh yeah, it's for sure. I'm a selector. I am a selector now. I don't play that game. Shit.
What's going on right here?
When y'all sending my Thanksgiving trivia hoodie, you should have been sending it out. Eric the Wrench, make sure his shit's sent out. He emailed us his address, I'm pretty sure. So check on it. And then the Heisman Trophy winner, we're gonna look into the email. I have an email with a shitload of people in there. So like I said, the first 5 that got the actual correct answer, which was Jaden Daniels, we'll check it out. We'll get you those too. Poll question, Big Smitty. Staley should have been fired at halftime, like the internet was suggesting, like Richard Sherman suggested, like I suggested, everybody on Twitter. He was trending last night. Should he have been fired at halftime? Should they have set a precedent? Should they have done it? That's the poll question, Big Smitty. I don't know what you think. I would have did it if I'm the owner. Shit. That was embarrassing.
He should have been hired. He should have been fired pregame. That was the worst performance I've seen from a team in a long time. Like, especially against the Raiders.
Was it worse than the 70 burger Denver gave up? Even though it's not as many points, but was it worse?
Yeah, it was, man. Like, just the way the game went. The game could have been worse. Like, they could have scored more points. It was 42-0, I think, at at halftime, if I'm not mistaken.
I thought, and I know AP, and I was like, shit, homie, go for 90. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I was like,
Man,
and when he came out of halftime, it was like, I'm going to press the gas. I was like, shit, let's go. Fucking go for 90 on their ass. That didn't happen. I wish they would have, though. I would like to see 90 put up on a motherfucker. Why not?
Me too.
Why not?
Look at this. One-handed interception.
Boy, Jack right there. I texted him after the game. Helped him get some classes and grades, get eligible. Obviously playing against them all through high school and being around them. A good kid, man. He used to hit me up all the time when I was at Indy for classes while he was in transition, SC to Arizona State, etc. Hey, smart kid, though, by the way. He's a football player. As far as football IQ, we call it FBI, football intelligence. And you saw he had to have known something because you don't have a corner jump through the line of scrimmage like that.
Right.
Unless there's something like, I don't know if we had the beginning of the play. But yeah, see, he jumped through the line of scrimmage. But that's him, though. That is that good-ass, ghetto-ass shit that AP would be cussing his ass out for if he got burnt. If they fuck with him and then they hit his guy, I bet you his guy's wide open.
Definitely wide open, naked.
That is Jack, though. That's how he is, though, by the way. And we've coached a shitload of those type of cats, dog. And it is what it is. If he makes you look happy and right, so be it. But just know, motherfucker, your guy was wide ass open. You know you did some ghetto ass shit right there. We ain't never called you to blitz a gap. and I know for a fact the motherfucker didn't call Jack to blitz a gap, homie.
Right. That man is took a chance.
He weighed 130. He ain't jumping a gap.
He a football player, though. You know what I mean? And listen, maybe he watched the tape and he read some keys and he saw some type of like something that he saw during the week that gave it away that this play was coming. You know what I'm saying? It's been times like I've watched, film throughout the week and then like it's the game. I'm like, oh shit, it's happening. Like the shit that we actually practice on all throughout scout team and all throughout the week is happening right now. Let me wind out my stands. Let me, be ready to redirect for the screen. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I do recall those moments.
Plus, Smitty, if they're not up 49-0 or whatever the score, or maybe it was 55, whatever the score was, he don't do that either.
Yeah.
Let's get it. Don't get it twisted. He did that shit because he knew the game was they having fun and San Diego or LA was tightly pressing and they're trying, the quarterback. It's crazy. We're going to dive in. We got a lot to dive into, though. The thumbnail reads, Bill Belichick fired after the season. It's a question, Big Smitty, we're going to dive into, but it's also shocking, but yet it's part of the business. So this is all shit that's part of the business that we've come accustomed to. It's not a shock. It's not that shocking, to be honest. This is what the business is, but we'll dive into it.
Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. Moving on, man. It's looking like there might be some trouble in Philly, man. The Eagles, Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown might be having some issues that I'm seeing behind the scenes. They got Hurts at practice learning how to fall without fumbling, and you can visibly see there's some irritation in his face after like the last rep when he turns around and walks back. He kind of slightly shakes his head right here, if you can see. Not want to do that. They claim A.J. Brown is going up to the head coach privately and making his complaints about Jalen Hurts. Philly, I don't know, man. It's looking bad, JB.
So we're just going to skip by the part that I brought up months ago that this was a thing, huh?
Yeah, we're going to skip out of it. Yeah, we're doing that. We're skipping it.
We're going to skip the part that I said that this was a drama scene. And Jeff Nadu, the perfect person to come on today, he told me I was full of shit. And I said, A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts have a beef. Don't get it twisted. They have a beef. Oh, nah. They 8-0. They got a beef, homie. And I'm just telling you right now, I called this shit months ago, but what do I fucking know? I love, it's a Cam Newton theory. I love all the motherfuckers that never played or coached that know more than me. It's fucking unbelievable. I love it. Can't wait to dive into that. I like Cam Newton. I recruited Cam Newton, took Cam Newton to the titty bar. I know Cam Newton. Trust me. I tried to get Cam Newton to Compton College. Don't get it twisted. We We're going to dive into it, man. We're going to dive into it. Did you skip the Chargers Raiders recap? Oh, we already did it. All right.
I already did it.
Bama, though. There's an interesting one right here. We'll run through these and get it on. Bama hires ex-fired Michigan linebacker coach who was fired in the midst of all the drama of the sign stealing. Michigan fires a coach during Harbaugh's absence while he was missing 3 games, and Saban goes and hires his ass.
Is that for real?
Yeah, it's for real.
Crazy.
It's all over ESPN and everything.
Man, that is why. Hey, Saban don't give a hit.
So now, I want a public apology from everybody that said Harbaugh's the only one, Michigan's the only one. Nick Saban's doing it too. And if you don't think Nick Saban's going to ask for the fucking signs, you're out of your fucking mind. See, what do I know? What do I know when I say they just want Harbaugh out? It ain't about no goddamn sign stealing. Everybody does it. Everybody thought I was crazy. But now Saban goes and pulls a OG SEC legal move that could be looked at as, wait up. How you letting him hire a guy they fired for sign stealing during the season? But guess what? I told y'all, if Harbaugh was in the SEC, nobody would have said nothing because they don't talk in the SEC. They only snitch on each other in the bitch-ass Big Ten. So it is what it is.
Man, oh, man. That's crazy as hell, man. But moving on, man, staying in the NCAA, man. The transfer portal effect, TRO effect, man. There's been another layer of chaos to the fallout of Wednesday's federal ruling on transfer rules, saying Thursday that student athletes who participate in games during a 14-day temporary restraining order will lose a season of eligibility if the ruling is reversed. The NCAA published an 8-question document designed to help its membership in understanding issues stemming from Wednesday's decision. The 4th question asks whether the season of competition legislation applies to a student athlete competing during the 14-day TRO, man. This is crazy. They're adding layers, JB. I can't wait to dive into that, man. That's all I'm going to say.
By the way, backing up to the Michigan coach, just so we're clear, it wasn't the guy fired 3 weeks ago. It was a guy fired previous to that. So I want to be clear. What was the kid's name?
I can't remember his name, but I know what you're talking about.
Partridge or I'm not sure. But the point is he was in the mix of the office. He knows everything. Saban's not a fool. He's hiring a motherfucker that's going to be able to give him some type of insight that he was there for some years now. So Chris Partridge, yeah. So don't make no mistake about it. He's getting something out of it. So it's bigger than just Michigan sign stealing. I can't wait to dive into it deeper. The Warriors, the Golden State Warriors, looking to do the right thing, they say, to help Draymond Green. What does this mean, Big Smitty? I was asking where the fuck Steve Kerr has been this whole time because he's so quick to come out and give his opinion on social issues, global issues. This motherfucker talks about global warming and everything. Only thing he don't talk about is Draymond Green when he fucks up. Like, he's never talked about him. Like, he's scared of him. Last night, you can tell he was forced to kind of address it by, I believe, either GM or ownership that said, look, dog, we're getting heat. You never talk about Draymond Green. You got to bring it up. And that motherfucker brought it up in a major way. Like, Steve Kerr, we're gonna break it down. Steve Kerr was like, you mean the guy that choke slammed Rudy Gobert? You mean the guy that slapped the shit out of you? Like, Kerr went off, and he didn't go off, but he said it. So I was happy to hear it. Finally, he said it. I think Kendrick Perkins called out Steve Kerr. I'm kind of tired of Steve Kerr, be honest with you. And that's crazy because this guy is a winner, and he wins, and he's won, and he's been a hell of a coach. But, like, just coach basketball, dog. And I goes back to the LeBron thing when LeBron said shut up and dribble or whatever. I want Steve Kerr just to coach because you're not helping nobody. Steve Kerr ain't doing nothing.
We're gonna dive into that then.
We'll dive into it later.
Because I disagree.
Steve Kerr, like, that's just like we're so quick to throw Cam Newton under the bus. like if he's irrelevant and has no say in this thing, but yet we're willing to give a guy that don't know shit about what he's talking about, that coaches basketball, all the praise when he mentions something out of his fucking realm. That is what I don't get. Make it make sense to me. Cam Newton is a dude that's played it, won it, done it. Kimberly Martin's going to call him out as if he's in the basement with mama. Get the fuck out of here. But Steve Kerr can say whatever he wants. Hell no, I'm not with it. We're going to dive into that later.
Yeah, for sure. I got some comments to add to that. But moving on, man. So Joe Flacco, the Browns Joe Flacco, could basically win $4 million. He could earn $4 million the rest of the season, man. So check out this breakdown. If he's set to make $75,000 for each of the remaining 4 regular season games, right? If they win. If Cleveland makes the postseason, Flacco could also make $250,000 for a wild card win, $500,000 for a divisional win, $1 million for an AFC Championship game win, and $2 million for a Super Bowl win per sources. So I'm gonna be real. I know he ain't making that $4 million because the Browns ain't making it that far, but he could possibly make it. And maybe JB thinks that the Browns could make it to the Super Bowl. So I guess we'll see.
We'll break it down. Jalen Milroe returned to Alabama for a senior season. I'm glad. I mean, the only thing he could do is transfer. He wasn't going to the draft. I mean, that's all basically he would do is transfer, which I would love. I'm glad he's not transferring. So we're going to dive into that too.
No, for sure, man, for sure. What's good, Sean Smith? I see Sean Smith's in the chat, man. Next up, man, Seahawks Geno Smith says he feels really good, and Pete Carroll is excited. Okay, is the Seahawks going to come back to Seahawks of last year, or the Seahawks that JB predicted? I don't know. We're going to find out.
We're going to see. Vikings ruled out running back Madison and moved Dobbs to QB3. What has happened to the Dobbs experiment, dog? I'm trying to figure out. Why is he just falling off the radar? He hasn't really played since he threw that 1-4 pick game. I'm like, damn, is that enough to really do all this after all the good he did in just his first 2 starts? I'm trying to figure out how he went from God to the devil basically overnight. Something's going on. I wish I knew, but we're going to break it down.
We are, man. Hey, Lionel Messi's 2022 World Cup auction for $7.8 million. $7.8 million for shirts, JB. How much are we charging for the Coach JB shirts and all the shirts that we sell? We need to upcharge a bit more.
Like a dub.
We need to put another 1,000 on that shirt, JB. Jeez.
$7.8 million, homie. Like that. There's just certain people like him, The Rock. Like, there's certain people out there that just sell anything. That bath water. Like, there's just certain people that could sell anything. We're going to dive into it, though. Washington's QB Dylan Morris is going to transfer. He's entered the portal. But he's going to play in the bowl game against Texas, or at least be available as a backup quarterback in the same game that Malik Murphy will not play in because he's entering the portal and using the excuse of, I need to get to a new school. Well, so does this kid, Dylan Morris, Big Smitty. Why is he going to stay and play? That is the issue I have with the whole Malik Murphy thing. We broke it down yesterday or the other day. This is just like perfect segue. Like, this came to perfect timing. Like, why is this kid all right with staying? He's got to go through the same portal you got to go through, Malik Murphy. By the way, you can enter the portal and still play. You can enter the portal and still be attached to that academic institution. So I'm trying to figure out why Malik Murphy thinks, because he don't really care. And we're going to break that down.
Yes, we are, man. Yes, we are, man. We got some real happy, exciting news, man. The legend himself, man, Dick Vitale is officially cancer-free, man. The blood work showed no cancer is in his system, man. I just want to shout him out, man. He's a legend. And, I mean, he's good for sports, for the world. And it's good to just hear some positive news on this Free Game Friday, man. He's cancer-free. His blood looks as good as Coach JB's blood looks.
Nah, I got the best blood in America. We already know that. Dick Vitale, shout out to Dick. I've had a bunch of family members have it. My dad died of it. I get it. Great job from him. His blood work did show up yesterday. They announced cancer-free. Bill's safety. Jordan Poyer's life was wrecked with alcoholism, anxiety, and depression. Nearly lost his life, Big Smitty, and his family. And now he owes it all to Aaron Rodgers and the ayahuasca, whatever that is, whatever he does. Aaron Rodgers said, you need to go to the dark box, 3 days, go smoke, get high as fuck. I call bullshit. We're going to break it down.
He said, go smoke, get high as fuck. Hey, ain't no point in him lying. But we're going to dive into that, man. Moving on, man. Derek Carr, Coach JB's favorite quarterback and favorite player in the NFL, dressed up and played Santa. Thanks, I don't know if he dressed up, but he played Santa by giving Chris Olave and Rashid Shaheed Rolexes for Christmas, while the other receivers got diamond chains, man. And the O-line got a chest of steaks with grills, man. Shout out to Carr. This is how you take care of your players, your teammates. I know you don't like them, but this is a leader. This is a big time move right here, JB. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. Come on now. I had to say about this.
So my wideouts get diamond chains and my O-line gets steaks that might spoil. We'll say spoil in the South. And some fucking barbecue grills.
Bro, he knows what his room wants. He knows what his
some gold grill, gold fronts.
No,
are they gold
grills
fronts?
Like you.
He got them motherfuckers
Grills
some goddamn.
Like
he got them some Coleman fucking charcoal grills and some steaks that gotta thaw out.
JB, you love a nice grill.
You think O-line happy about that?
You love a nice grill. You buy a new grill every 3 months. So, like, you're the perfect person to understand that.
You didn't buy him a nice grill. A nice grill is installed permanently in your backyard in the island. He got him a bunch of Colemans and some steaks.
I hear you, man. I just think an O-line's a good-ass gift from an O-line, you know. Shout out to Tucker Trev, man.
Tucker Trev. San Diego's, who's the Jackrabbits?
San Diego is that Arena?
San Diego, is that SDSU? That's San Diego.
San Diego State University.
Is that USD? I don't know who the fuck the Jackrabbits are. South Dakota.
South Dakota. My fault. We tripping like Scotty.
Nah, it ain't your fault. It ain't your fault. SDSU is San Diego State University, homie.
Right.
I know we're in Cali, dog. Shout out to you for dropping that dime, that $50 piece for us, man. You're a real one. You must drill oil or something in South Dakota. All the money's out there. Nobody knows about it. They fly balloons over the country. They fly balloons. They don't shoot them down over South Dakota. Hey, Biden loves South Dakota. The money, China. So, hey, shout out to South Dakota and all you guys. South Dakota State. Jackrabbits, are they?
I guess so.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Shout out to Tucker.
They throwing bread, boy. Throwing money here today. We got 50. We got 20. We got man.
Man, I wish we could hear you because your internet is horrific. We can't hear you though. That's we need money to get new internet for Big Smitty because it's horrific. Tyreek Hill gets served with 2 paternity suits. Big Smitty. God damn. Like you can't get out your own way. Sometimes this motherfucker just is who he is and not who he says he is. But we got to stop taking that shit. I'm tired of hearing motherfuckers make excuses and apologize. It is who you are, homie. And I know, remember, I missed him by a year at Garden City. I know coaches who coached him before he went to Oklahoma State. He was at Garden City JUCO where I took over. Shitbird is is probably the nicest thing I can say about the kid from everything that I know. But it is what it is. We'll dive into that in a minute.
Yeah, man, for sure, man. He is balling on the field, though. I will say that. Off the field, he might be tripping.
I told you, shitbirds are the best, Smitty. Shitbirds are the best players.
Hey, he gonna be a Hall of Famer on that field, so it's kind of you got to deal with it. But it is college football bowl season or bowl weekend. Excuse me, Myrtle. We got the Myrtle. Is it Myrtle or Myrtle? Myrtle or Myrtle?
Myrtle Beach. Yeah.
We got the Myrtle Beach Bowl, man. Georgia Southern versus Ohio. The Cricket Celebration Bowl, Howard versus Florida A&M. We got the R&L Carriers New Orleans Bowl, Jacksonville State versus Louisiana. The Avocados from Mexico Cure Bowl. That's Miami of Ohio versus Appalachian State. We got, Isleti New Mexico Bowl. That's New Mexico State versus Fresno State. We got the LA Bowl, as you see, LA versus Boise. And then we got the Radiance Technologies Independence Bowl, Cal versus Texas Tech, man. So, woo. Why you shaking your head?
What's the last one?
What'd I say? Let me read it again. It said the Radiance Technologies Independence Bowl.
Now, there's other games on. Isn't there?
That's all the ones I read.
Who is it? Who's the game?
The Cal and Texas Tech for that Radiance Technologies.
Radiance Technologies. God damn.
Hell yeah.
Jason Taylor, shout out to you. 22 months strong. Much love to you. Yeah, we got a lot to discuss, but I'm gonna start off with a rant, Big Smitty. I'm gonna start off with a little rant, and that rant, shit, we froze up. We is frozen. Damn, we're frozen. Fuck. I'll be right back. TikTok. We're frozen, I guess, man. So look, I'm frozen. I'm gonna have to restart this thing on my end. If Smitty's still there, then hopefully he can stay in. But my shit is frozen. So we'll be right back. Don't go nowhere. We'll go to commercial. We'll be right back.
The game don't change for me. I live in the trench, and I always have. So the only thing that I can't do really is high-low. So essentially, I have this problem all the time. We talk about it all the time. Why is my brain and neck and shoulders not as important as the skill players? And then why are they? What is with the pussification of the skill players? But then we glorify the physicality of the big guys. Why do we have this double standard in the National Football League where it's like a triple standard? You have rules for the quarterback where he's like treated like a punter. If you touch him or blow on him, he falls over. I wonder how quarterbacks feel about them being called punters. You have rules for the skill players, like the running back can't lower his head to use it as a weapon, and neither can the safety, but the guard can, and the fullback can, ISOing a mic. So it's impossible to abide by all these rules because, number one, I don't think the players know all of them, and they're always changing the fucking goalposts. They're moving the goalposts all over the damn field.
You wonder why we're not wrapping up anymore, Matt? We're just fucking throwing our head in there?
Well, that's the thing is they, instead of trying to tackle people, are now trying to shoulder lead and blow people up. And
all right, you hear me now?
Yeah, can you hear me? Like, what's going on? So I know my signal's messed up, but that wasn't just my signal. That was everything.
I have no idea, dog.
We got to get in person, JB, for real. I know we keep saying that. We got to really get in person, though. It's just getting annoying almost.
Yeah, my shit is froze up. Everything just froze up. It had to be my computer on that one, but I don't know. I guess they heard us still. All right, so we're back. Let me
D Jones, hey, we the realest show on planet Earth, man. Good, bad, happy, sad, like whatever you see is what you get. We ain't gonna try to sugarcoat nothing and make it all shiny. No, it's raw and uncut. If the internet's fucked up, you gonna see it. If me and JB we get mad at each other, we start cussing each other out, you gonna hear it. This the realest show on planet Earth, man. You want that fake stuff? Go somewhere else, player.
Hey, we got hacked, I think, probably by TikTokers. But we're back. We're back. Short, fat, skinny, white, and black. I I got that spec. Now I don't got Spectrum, dog. I got the fucking Frontier. But yeah, I got to start with the morning rant real quick. Joe Burrow, there was a tweet last night. There was a Burrow versus Herbert debate. Please let's end this for once and for all. Somebody said, take note of the Chargers offense without Justin Herbert. Then take note of the Bengals without Burrow. It really isn't close. Herbert is way better player.
This is a very lazy take, a very lazy tweet, honestly.
Irresponsible reporter. That's what we have. We have these irresponsible reporters. That is why I'm glad that Cam Newton is standing on business.
Yep.
And he is like, fuck it. I'm standing down. I'm standing on my business and telling all you motherfuckers to shut up. He told Kimberly Martin, we got a video for it. He's standing on business. He's basically saying, I can't talk, but y'all can, who never played ever. I'm so tired of these people. I've been on this shit for months, years actually, about these cats that never played. Matt and I had an argument about it. Like, I just can't give you the same credit of a same person that played. Like, I can't sit up there and look at Kimberly Scott or Kimberly Martin and then look at Bart Scott and sit there and say, okay, Kimberly, you won. No, can't. It is what it is. I respect people in the business. Like, I respect, there's a lot of great female analysts and reporters, sideline report. But, like, let's be honest, Matt and I break it down all the time. Like, if they didn't have big old cleavages out and nice, pretty, let's be real, they wouldn't have the job. And unfortunately, that is just the nature of the beast. But if I say it, I'm canceled. It is what it is. Like I said, there's a lot of women. I know a lot of women in the business, but they'll tell you straight out, the real ones. Dog.
And I'm gonna tell you this too, though. To add to that, it's not just the women though. Like, there's a lot of men who didn't play ball. A lot of men who didn't play ball either. So it's not even a woman thing. It's just both sides. And my thing, because I'm in the business, obviously, I work with these people, you know, on the daily. I don't have a problem with you not playing the sport, but doing your homework and enough to where you have knowledge of the game and speaking on it. But at the same time, don't discredit somebody who literally played it. That's the problem. That's where you draw the line.
Like, you're disrespectful as shit, Kimberly Martin. You're disrespectful as shit, L. Duncan. You two are the most disrespectful Mina Kimes. Those three right there. There's another one too, Sarah Spain, who doesn't like me. I got all of them, by the way, on DM. They hate me.
You got a lot of people who don't like you, JB.
Yeah, I know. But those women right there, though, because I said certain things, it's like, hold on, dog. You guys have no merit in this, no skin in the game, nothing. And it's crazy how you really stand on your business like you do. That's the crazy part. To me, I get secondhand embarrassment when they try to tell a Cam Newton that he shouldn't talk. You really said that? Like, you shouldn't talk? Kimberly Martin, you really said that shit? You were the worst fucking person on TV in Washington, D.C. for years. You weren't even the third anchor, and you got a job at ESPN overnight like this. I'm like, what'd she do? But look, I'm not going to be rude and disrespectful. I don't know what she did or how she moved up. Kudos to her. But at the same time, you got to stay in your lane, dog. Like, sometimes we got to stay in our lane, homie, and talk about what we know. Like, I don't know, man. People don't want to say it, though. Like, I wish I could just start a show up and just, you and me, get on here, you and I, start talking about MAC makeup. Fuck it. Let's break down MAC makeup. Big Smitty, no, you're blushing. You got to put whatever they call it, blush or flush or whatever. Put that shit on right here. Smitty, put that shit right here, Smitty, because it's not right. You got to glare. Big Smitty. Like, you imagine, but nobody ever says that shit. Like,
I got to counter you, though, JB. I got to counter you because, again, like, just because you didn't play the sport don't mean that you don't have the knowledge about said sport. And again, to me, it's not even like a sex thing. Because again, there are men who fucking ain't never played basketball or football, or if they did play, it was fucking over 7 years old, and everybody got a trophy. Like, trust me, and you know this on both sides of people who never played the game. So to me, it's not just a women thing. Like, just because you're a man, you don't know football. That's just a fact. And just because you're a woman don't mean you don't know football. I think it's about the work that you put in to obtain the knowledge. My only problem with what Kimberly said, she was attacking Cam Newton. And I don't know if you guys saw Cam's rebuttal. He had an amazing video, I think today. But She attacked Cam Newton, him the person, because of his last few years in the league wasn't that good. You have no merit to say that, and that's very disrespectful to say that to a guy who was a Heisman Trophy winner, an MVP, a guy who led a team to be 15-1, went to the Super Bowl, and a guy who played in the league for a very long time. And he's one of the best players of my generation as far as overall football players, like NFL, college combination combined. So if she would have came on that show and said, I disagree with what he said, and here's why, perfectly fine. Because I said on the show, I said, listen, I didn't necessarily agree with the names that he listed in his his list with the QBs. Like he threw out Dak. I don't think Dak is a guy who's just some average quarterback this year. I think he's an MVP level, a guy who's actually a game changer. So like, it's cool to disagree with what he said, but when you're actually attacking the person and saying like, basically, you're just like a guy in my basement who's in his mind, like, what? Cam Newton? Like, did you forget that quick? Like, to me, that actually,
homie. And that's why I don't agree with you on the part that you can know if you didn't play. I don't believe you can know. I really don't. I'm totally against what you're saying as far as that goes. Matt and I have had full-out argument, yelling conversations about this. I go to this argument, which you cannot call me a hypocrite or anything like that, because I've come out on this show and said, Mike Leach, as great as he was, would have been better if he would have played the game. If he would have been in those intimate setting locker rooms during his playing days instead of a lawyer in a lawsuit in a room doing law degree stuff. That is my personal opinion. It is what it is. Charlie Weiss didn't play the game. There are nuances that you know, and I know, Smitty, of being in this profession as a player that AP is using right now as a coach that is helping him get over the lack of experience as a coach. The playing side has helped him. And if you sit here and tell me that I'm wrong, you're full of shit. Because not you, but I'm just saying, period. People don't realize that the playing side of this, it's real simple. Like, I don't understand. So I can hire a guy from Walmart who's been bagging groceries, and on the second day of the job, he is now the mechanic at Walmart, and I'm fully confident that he's going to replace my transmission.
No, but that example isn't good because, again, just like these guys are people who fucking was GAs, I'm sorry. Going back to the reporter, these are people who got their degrees, who studied the game, who watched the game, who understands like the landscape. Like, just because I wasn't actually playing the sport doesn't mean I wasn't a fanatic and a huge fan of the game. A guy who studied something is what I'm saying. You know, there are the nuances that you don't know. I agree with that.
Guys that got their journalism degrees who come out here and like Louis Riddick, fucking unbelievable. We have the same agent. Played the game, been a GM, been a fucking like high level fucking person in this profession. Anybody that don't understand what he says on a game when he calls it has absolutely nothing. You know nothing about the sport. And people I see criticize him all the time, and I'm sitting there like, he's not he's probably the most level-headed dude of all of them. He never gets too high, he never gets too low. Like, but people question him all the time, Big Smitty, but we don't question fucking Sarah Spain and Kimberly Martin and fucking Elle Duncan. Like, you're questioning fucking Louis Riddick? Like, this is going to the coaching world. It is equivalent to me for a guy that got his doctorate degree, but has never performed, or is an MD, for instance, but has never performed a surgery yet. And I'm his first one. Like, I'm gonna wait on this one, homie. Get you some cuts in first. Get you some cuts before you cut on my motherfucking ass. It's still a hands-on based life we live, dog. It is hands-on experience based. I don't give a fuck how many degrees you got. I don't give a fuck how good at journalism you are. If you ain't played the game and been in that locker room and understand the emotional side, I don't give a fuck how many journalistic degrees you have, Big Smitty. You'll never understand what we went through as brothers in a locker room during the highs and the lows. And either did Mike Leach or fucking Charlie Weiss. And I'm sorry. It is what it is. I love Mike Leach. I knew him very well.
But can somebody sit down with JB, sit down with Louis Riddick, sit down with Big Smitty and learn from us and talk? Because these journalists, they go in locker rooms post game and they get the raw emotion. They talk to these players pregame. Again, listen, I'm not saying it's exactly the same. I understand what you're saying. I just disagree on the line that, like, if you just said play, you don't say shit about it. Like, that's a little.
I didn't say don't say shit about
stretch. Me and you talk about basketball. We ain't play basketball no high fucking level. Neither one of us did. That's not our main sport. You might have hooped in high school, but like, come on, bro. Everybody like we ain't hooping no high level.
But hold up though. I'm not going out here and telling you that Matt Barnes is wrong on his analysis.
Right. No, again, we agree on that. Yeah, don't say that was stupid.
That's the difference, homie. That's what we're arguing about right now. Kimberly Martin is going to sit here and tell Cam Newton he's wrong.
And I agree with you on that.
That's the same thing with Mike Leach and fucking Charlie Weiss, homie. If you had never been in a battlefield or made an adjustment as a player and understand that this guy over here is upset right now at the coach because of his playing reps, and this guy right here is upset because you're forcing him to play and he's been hurt all week. And this guy right here missed a practice but started the game. And this guy next to him is like, he's been in practice every goddamn day and he's not starting. What's going on here? It's politics. All that is what I'm trying to point out, that you don't have no clue about that if you didn't play this game in that locker room. So, like, that is what that's what my point is. I don't agree with guys and girls and people that come out here and just because they have a journalistic degree tell me that they know more. I don't give a fuck. Dog, there's a lot of degrees I have. I couldn't tell you anything about fucking all that other shit that I learned in class. I learned more hands-on, experience-based shit that I could touch, that's tangible. That, like, you're telling me that Kimberly Martin knows how to go into a fucking house and recruit?
No.
Like, I'm just saying, though, like, this is what we're listening to. And I'm just kind of tired of it. Like, people got to understand. There's people that understand it that didn't play. I get it. But it's more statistical based. It's more analytical based. It's more, this is what the numbers say. This is what I do. So it's not and you're looking at it like, Cam Newton's looking at it like, what the fuck are you talking about? You have no clue what I'm even discussing. And I can't even really argue with you. Smitty, is what Cam Newton's thinking in his head. He's like, I can't really argue with you. I'm already in a hole because you're a female. You're protected. Let's just be real. I'm going to be the guy they call misogynistic or an asshole, sexist, blah, blah, blah. You're not. I ain't heard Why is Kimberly Martin not been called sexist?
I mean, she's been called a lot of stuff. I don't know if she's been called sexist.
I'm just saying, though. I don't see
people are on her neck on social media. I do want to say that. It's not like she's just getting some pass and everybody's agreeing with her. Like, people are going at her for sure on social media.
Let's dive into that. We'll dive into that in a minute. Let me get to my Herbert and Burrow debate rant real quick. I got to settle this real quick because everyone's coming out here talking about Herbert is much better because Browning looks like nothing's missed a beat. First of all, I can say Zach Taylor is just much better than Kellen Moore and a dysfunctional Brandon Staley-led organization. Let's start right there. Mm-hmm. Herbert's not even sniffed a Super Bowl. Herbert sniffed 2, been to 1. Should have won 1. Has been lights out for basically his entire career after winning a natty. I'm trying to figure out how Herbert is better. They both have some injuries lately. They've both been hurt. Herbert nowhere near is as clutch down the stretch as Burrow is. And the flip side, devil's advocate side of this whole thing is, well, let's just be honest too. The quarterback last night, by the way, who was it? Stick? Stick?
Yeah, Stick was the last name. I almost forgot.
He threw for 260 and 3 tuds. Now he threw a pick.
But it was late.
I know, but he threw a pick. But that's exactly what Herbert's been doing all year. Like, there was no huge drop-off. The game was 21-0, Smitty. It wasn't all Stick's fault. So, Wasson Stick, whatever his name is, it wasn't all his fault. All I'm saying is it wasn't like he came out here and just threw fucking pick after pick after pick. He threw some picks, of course, but they're down 21-0 like this, Big Smitty, because their offense fumbled 4 fucking times and lost 3 of them.
Yeah.
How is that all Stick's fault? So I'm not defending Stick. He looked bad. But listen, look at the team. Look at that team. Look at
They gave up.
That team was giving up. You have a quarterback's first start on a team that gave up in the NFL against a Max Crosby and a fucking – you kidding me? I'm supposed to look good? So, look, we know the kid has a long way to go. I was impressed with a few throws he made, by the way, though, even though it was in shitty time, garbage time. At the end of the day, though, he still made NFL throws. But Herbert has done nothing in any meaningful games. He has all the talent. We've seen the arm. We've seen the great balls and throws he makes. We've seen all this, but he's done nothing in the games that matter, and he hasn't won a playoff game. Up 27-0 last year, I believe. Now, you can blame the coach. You can blame whatever. Bottom line is the quarterback, unfortunately, as you and I both discuss on this show, they ultimately get the wins and losses attached to their name. So whether you call wins and losses a quarterback stat or not, I call it a quarterback stat. And at the end of the day, if Matt Ryan would have won that Super Bowl, Big Smitty, up 28-3 on New England, you'd be talking about Matt Ryan in a whole nother light. You'd be talking about Matt Ryan like Matthew Stafford and Aaron Rodgers. You'd be talking about him in a whole nother light. Keep it funky. Keep it real. Matt Ryan would be considered a whole nother quarterback right now. So don't tell me the wins and losses don't attach to quarterbacks' stats. They do, because quarterbacks change. Eli Manning has 2 Super Bowls. If he didn't have any, you would be burying Eli Manning. You'd be calling Eli Manning the most garbage, overrated quarterback of all time. But instead, he's a 1%er.
Yep.
Eli Manning is a 1%er. And by the way, he won against Tom Brady twice. So you could say what you want to say. Wins and losses are 1,000% attached to quarterbacks' stats. And Burrow and the Herbert debate, you can argue the more talented guy. You can argue all the shit you want. At the end of the day, these are 2 completely different teams going in 2 completely different ways. And one team has way better wideouts in Cincinnati. The other team has had a hurt Allen, a hurt Mike Williams every single year. Mike Williams is hurt. Not even hurt. He's injured. He's out every year. Got to get rid of that guy. I love Mike Williams too. Love him.
Yeah, he's a beast, but he just always hurt. He's so good too. It sucks. He's really good, man.
Hurting that program and that organization. Well, first of all, you got to start at the top. But I'm just saying, Burrow-Herbert debate is really an ignorant one, in my opinion. It just, you can't debate it. There's 2 ultra uber talented quarterbacks that are going in different directions on completely different organizations. And you can argue talent-wise, they're both real close, roster-wise. Roster-wise, Chargers have a fucking unbelievable roster. There's no way you give up 63 last night. Now, their defense didn't give up 63, but people are going to say that because they don't know. They're Twitter finger guys. Right. 21 points were scored on them on defense. So, 21 points, tell me. A scoop score fumble, pick 6, another pick. They fumbled 4 times in the first half and lost 3 of them.
Crazy.
You're not giving a rookie quarterback's first start a hell of an opportunity to have success in that game, just so we're clear. But everybody on Twitter is just blasting the Stick kid on Twitter like he's been – this motherfucker's not a 7-year vet, homie, that's been starting in games. This guy's first start. This is his first piece of pussy, Big Smitty. He nervous as a whore in church. Then you got a team that quit on him? What? With no wideout? No number 1? You got Palmer as your number 1? Come on, man.
That's the bigger issue, man. They quit. We saw that from the first snap, man. These guys quit. So there's no way they were going to win that game, man. Their heart was not in it. It was a video or something they were showing. It was doing it was a break in the game or something. I don't know. Where they were the camera was going around showing the Chargers sideline, everybody's facial expressions. Everybody was just their soul was just sucked out of their body. Pause. It was crazy how you just did not see any excitement, any want to be on that field. They want the season to be over with. They're thinking about their vacation. They're getting the vacation plans going. and it's a wrap, man. Like I said, they should have fired Brandon Staley pregame, not halftime before the game. Should have been let go, man, because this is a leadership problem. Even if you're not making a playoff, you should still be able to rally your guys to go out there and put out a good product on the field. I think about Dan Campbell, was it last year or 2 seasons ago when they beat the Pack. I think it was last season. They beat Green Bay in the last game of the season, knocked them out the playoffs, and the Lions didn't have a chance to go to the playoffs, but they still wanted to play hard for pride, for their last name. You know what I'm saying? And to see the Chargers with 4 games left on the schedule or whatever, and you're already giving up, it's pathetic. And to me, that's a leadership issue. They're quitting on you, Brandon Staley. And he could be the smartest guy in the world, man, but he's not a good leader, evidently. And that's why we saw the product that we saw. So in summation, I say that to say this, let's not point the finger at the young quarterback who finally got his first snaps. Blame the leader. Blame the guy who's responsible for this team shitting the bed really the last couple years. You know what I'm saying? Even last year going to the playoffs and letting the Jazz come back, I got to blame that on you. Like, there's something up with this team, and it's not talent, because we just alluded and spoke about it. They have a ton of talent. There's something going on from an intangible standpoint that they're lacking, and I blame that on the head of the team. That's the head coach. That's the GM. That's all upper management, because there's no way in hell this team should be this bad.
Here's the issue, the inside of this thing that no one's going to tell you, but from the coaching side of it. He has lost the team so bad that, see, I've lost games. Our last season, we're 2-8. But I'm cussing dudes out the same way. They're responding the same way. It's a mutual coach-player deal. I could yell at them and cuss them out and be like, motherfuckers, y'all quit on me? What the fuck? I don't care if we're 2-8. Motherfuckers, you're really going to quit like this and play this way? That is the issue that I have, and that's the coaching insight on this deal. Like, Staley could not cuss out those players last night because he knew he had lost the team. I was 2-8, and I knew I could still cuss out my guys. Matt could be 0-10 right now and still cuss out his guys and get effort from them because they would respect the fact that, okay, this is the guy we're here with. Staley could not cuss those dudes out last night. He would have got fucking mollywopped. They don't give a fuck about what he says anymore. And he knew, and I knew it because if you watch him, he didn't talk to one fucking player on the sideline the entire game. He didn't talk to anyone. And every time he ran in the locker room, did you see how he avoided players and ran by them and never talked to any of them? And nobody wants to talk to him. That is coaching insight 101. You know you're done when you're sitting there knowing that I can't yell at anybody. Because if you're yelling means nothing. And he knows that. And so, good morning, Matt.
Good morning.
Good morning. Happy Friday, friends. How are you?
We're good.
Yeah,
Fearless Friday, Fired Up Friday, Free Game Friday. It is what it is. We're starting off the show. We're going to go right down the pecking order here. We're starting off with this whole thing. Staley, and I don't know how he wasn't fired at halftime. I would have set a precedent, but it is what it is. The Spanos never fire anybody, I guess, and that's just staying true because I would figure we'd see it on the ticker by now that he's been let go. It's a 40-minute flight from Vegas to L.A. I'm surprised he wasn't left on the tarmac Lane Kiffin style. I really am. Bill Belichick, this is the thumbnail, Big Matt. Is he out after this? And there's rumors already that he's the next Chargers head coach. If we're going to play this assumption game, I would assume that Jim Harbaugh is the next coach for the LA Chargers. And that is just something that I'm hearing that could be very well be true. He has developed quarterback after quarterback from every level, Big Smitty, Big Matt, from University of San Diego, where he went 10-0 on a non-scholarship FCS, to Stanford, to the 49ers in Kaepernick, to a Super Bowl with a 5-minute power delay away from winning a Super Bowl. And now you are doing what you're doing with a really undervalued quarterback in Michigan. I think he's perfect for Justin Herbert. I think he's the best fit possible in LA.
I agree. I think that Harbaugh is a better fit than Belichick. I think Robert Kraft should sit back and reevaluate what he's doing. I don't think that firing Bill Belichick or parting ways mutually is smart. I think it's ridiculous. If you give this man a quarterback that's a playoff team, their defense is outstanding. Their offensive line is not a problem. Their quarterback play is atrocious. Although their
weapons are atrocious.
And their offensive skill players are atrocious. I agree. They look, Stevenson's a good back. You can find a good running back, but their receivers and their quarterback play is terrible. Their tight ends and their backs are pretty good. Their offensive line is not bad. The defense is pretty damn good. They are fly around. They've held multiple teams under 10 points. When I look at everything that's going on with the Patriots, it reminds me of last year's Bronco team. Like losing at Baltimore 10-9, losing 15-13, losing 12-9, losing 7-6. Like they lost 6-0 to the fucking Chargers. Like they have a ton of potential, but they also have the best head coach in the history of professional football, a guy who's done it everywhere from an assistant to the head man. And on top, but one thing you have to understand is he did it with Lawrence Taylor with the Giants, and he did it with Tom Brady with the Patriots. So he did it with the best defensive player ever, and he did it with the best offensive player ever. And he got him 9 rings and God knows how many Super Bowl appearances, right? So all that said, I feel that if I'm Robert Kraft and I'm looking at this from the Patriots perspective, the biggest knock on the Patriots and Robert Kraft is allowing Tom Brady to go to Tampa Bay and thinking that he was done. So they let him go to Tampa Bay, and all of a sudden that discredited how many fucking Super Bowls did they go to in New England? 9?
They won 6, yeah.
Won 6 and went to 9, right? Or 8?
I think so, yeah. 8 or 9, yeah.
Like, this is what I'm talking about. We don't even know how many he's been to because he's been to so many. So I think he's been to 10. He's won 7. He won 6 with New England. So the worst thing possible was what for Tampa Bay or for New England fans and for the folks up there in the Haba, they had to watch Tom Brady win somewhere else. And then they have this conversation in town and all over fucking everywhere of who's better, Belichick or Brady, when it should be they're unified. Like we're together on this shit. Like they should be synced up. So if Belichick's going for the win record here with Don Shula, why would you allow him to go win the win record with the fucking Chargers? Like, don't you want that shine at home? Don't you like look, they have the number 2 pick right now. I think New England is going to win some games at the end of the year. Zappe's not a bad player. He'll be their backup moving forward. The Broncos and the Patriots play in Denver on Christmas Eve. That game scares the absolute shit out of me as a Bronco fan because Bill Belichick would like nothing more than to come in here and steal Christmas and be the Grinch and just screw everything up. And their defense is good enough to beat anybody anywhere if they can get 20 points.
That's a big if, though, man. It's a huge if.
Huge if. It's a huge if. No one's saying it's not. But it's only a huge if this year. If they go and find a quarterback, they get Caleb Williams or Drake May or one of these guys that can actually play the position at a high level, and they identify this correctly, I think that they have an opportunity in the worst division in the AFC, and it's been notoriously the worst division. It's better now, but the whole time Tom Brady ran that division in the AFC East was a goddamn shit show, and I know I played in it. I played with the Jets and the Dolphins at the same time that he was in it. We won, and when I was with the Dolphins in 2008, we won the East, and Tom Brady didn't play. That was the year that he got rolled up on by Bernard Pollard or somebody hit him in the knee. Game 1. The Brady rule. And then Matt Castle came in and threw for 4,000 yards. They went 11-5, bro, and didn't make the playoffs. We went 5 and had the tiebreaker and won the division. And all our like prize for winning the division was the goddamn Ravens. And they fucked us up proper, bro. Like, I'm telling you, we tried to run Wildcat the first play, and Ray Lewis was like, "So left!" And Haloti Nada spiked, and Terrell Suggs is coming, and Ed Reed rolls over the top, and I'm just like, we're fucked. We lost 30-3. So what I'm saying is, like a full circle on this, why, if you're the Patriots, would you want Bill Belichick to go get the wins record in the Charger uniform? Like, you want him to do it in a Charger hat and a Charger hoodie? I mean, does that mean anything to you two? Because I think it means a lot to me. I Like my favorite player ever is John Elway. I love the fact that he only wore orange and blue his whole career. And I know that's super rare and it doesn't really happen that much anymore. But with Bill Belichick, what is he, 15 wins away?
I'm not sure. 19, maybe. I'm not sure. He needs a season or a season and a half.
Or season and a half. So if they win 10 games next year, then the year after he's on pace to get the wins record, right?
Yeah, something like that.
So I don't know, man. I think that New England of all places where they build, where they don't panic, where they consistently have been good, don't fall on hard times. It's not like they were terrible. They just made the playoffs with Mac Jones' bitch ass 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Last year they struggled and they weren't competitive, but they weren't awful. And this year they had a long streak at the beginning of the season where they couldn't score points or figure out the quarterback position. I don't see how that's a fireable offense for a guy like Bill Belichick of all people. If it was a different coach, if it was Bill O'Brien, fire this motherfucker. But if we're talking about Bill Belichick of all people, nah, man. They might want to pump those brakes because letting him go somewhere else with another quarterback, every Patriot fan is just going to sit there and be like, what could he have done with Drake May? Drake May and fucking Justin Herbert are the same guy.
Yeah, my boy's the O-line coach there, man. One of my best friends growing up with, Adrian Clem. He's there. He played there.
He's a good coach, too, by the way.
Yeah. Grew up same neighborhood. I think they want to move him to the upper GM office. Like, I think they want to keep him, but be a GM. And I don't know if Belichick's going to go for that.
But Bill's the GM right now, and Matt talked about how bad the weapons are and the quarterback is, and we have no choice but to blame Bill on that because he is the GM. We have to. I agree.
But I think that maybe, and I don't know, maybe I'm crazy when I say this, but they've been bringing in weapons like they still have Tom Brady. You know,
right.
How they spent a ton of money on Hunter Henry, and they got Mike Gesicki. They're trying to reinvent the Gronkowski, 81 stuff, and all that. I'm not saying that dude's fucking name, all that bullshit. That they're trying to Tom Brady this bitch with Mac Jones, and in my opinion, they need to. This is what Belichick needs to do. Belichick needs to go hands off on the offense and hire a Joe Brady or hire an independent thinker that can run the offense.
Yes.
And then Bill just go run the defense, run the personnel. But then when the offensive guys come up to you and say, we want you to draft this receiver, you got to listen to them at this point. And that might be the biggest problem and why he has to move on is because he doesn't feel like he needs to listen to anybody. And as a leader, bro, as an owner of businesses or a leader on the field, if you don't listen to your people, why are they there? So I don't know. Don Shula.
I don't know. I'm split, man.
My father gave me Don Shula's little book of coaching for Christmas when I was 16 years old. And I still have it sitting on my desk at the gym. And I read it all the time. And my favorite passage out of it is very plainly, your plan isn't worth a damn if you can't change it.
Yeah.
So I would say to Bill Belichick right now, brother, you've got 20 wins and you're the all-time leader in wins in the NFL history, and ain't nobody catching that.
No.
That's one of those fucking that's one of those records where you're like, I don't know if anybody's going to get that one. It's like the Jerry Rice record.
Al Ripken, Brett Favre. That's
the era that we live in. I don't know if it's going to be feasible. So I would think that the Patriots would want that from start to finish. And I know he did a bunch of wins with Cleveland too, not a bunch, but a couple. But to end
the playoffs,
that's true. That's true. The old dog pound. To end it in LA with the Chargers with a fan base that doesn't give a shit, and it would be so melodramatic to me. Fuck, dude. If Bill Belichick's going to go somewhere, go back to the Jets.
Little seamless plug right there.
I like Saleh, but as a Jet, if Bill Belichick's available and it's like Aaron Rodgers is coming back and he's got those defensive players, I'm Woody Johnson. I'm sorry, Robert. You got to go, dog. Kick rocks. Bill, come on in. I know you spurned us once, but damn it, can you imagine what that would look like if he went to that's like Elway going to the fucking Raiders?
I'm split on this thing because nobody was talking about his GM skills when he was bringing in all these slow whites and they were winning. Like everybody called him a genius in the GM room. They thought he was a genius by saving cap space and saving money and winning with one guy and Randy Moss, but everyone else was a bunch of slow whites. And now he's a shitty GM. It's like, come on, man. It's all about the now. We live in the now, and he hasn't done anything lately, so now he's a shitty GM. But he was a fucking unbelievable one for 20 years, I guess.
Well, when you got Brady, it's a little easy. Like I'm not saying it just changes things right? When you have Brady's. All I'm saying.
But he forgot how to. So GM, so Brady GM too, right?
No, I'm saying when you have a Brady, you don't necessarily need a superstar receiver. Is what I'm saying.
Well,
but when your quarterback play drops, you need better weapons around you.
Well, time out. Let's not act like he didn't have first ballot Hall of Fame superstars. He had Randy Moss. He had Wes Welker. He had Randy Moss for like 4 years, dog. Yes, he had Randy Moss for a long time too.
We might want to fact check that, please.
Stats, but it's definitely not one fucking year.
I think it was like one and some change, and
not one year. I know for a fact.
He had Gronk.
He had 81, who was a hell of a player until he went cuckoo.
Hell yeah, 2 best tight ends in football at one time.
And I'm telling you, if those two would have stayed healthy, or those two would have stayed together and healthy, and Hernandez wouldn't have done what he did, but God knows where those two end up as tight end tandem, because Gronk, in my opinion, is the best complete tight end in history. Edelman and Welker are 2 of the best slot receivers to ever play. Welker was undrafted. Edelman's a 7th-round quarterback that they identified at Kent State. Right. So I'm not going to sit here and say it's like, you remember 2 years ago when they drafted Colin Strong in the 2nd round and everybody started laughing about it? Yeah. Well, Colin Strong has now walked in. I think that's his name, Colin, but his last name's definitely Strong. I'm bad with names. That kid's walked in and started every single fucking game for New England. Like, that's what you want in an offensive. What are you talking about? How is that a bad pick? So I think that because he does things unconventionally, people in today's NFL, like especially the young heads, they all look at it like, oh, what does this old man know? And if I was Belichick, I'd just be flashing 2 hands of rings, motherfucker. This is what I know. So I feel that if you give him a quarterback that's competent, bro, they were in playoff contention with Cam fucking Newton.
Yeah.
Don't tell me that they can't win with good quarterback play. If they get a good quarterback in New England, they get a rookie that can just play within the framework like Max Jones did as a rookie in the framework, made the playoffs. They lost. That's true. They didn't build on it afterwards. Also true. That's on Mac Jones not being able to fucking play the position at a high level and take the next steps in order to be a great player. If they have the 2nd pick, bro, who would you take there? Assuming that Caleb Williams' bitch ass goes off the board at number 1, Justin Fields is available by trade. Drake May, Michael Penix, you got fucking Bo. I think Bo Nix is going to be a hell of a pro. I really like that.
Hartman, I think, is going to be a good
Hartman, pro. That bearded fucking freak that looks like Dan Fouts, probably fucks like Dan Fouts, has got a beard. That motherfucker wears his own bone around his neck. That's the toughest thing in the fucking league.
He'll never smile either. Just like this.
How would you smile, dog? He like his. I mean, what the fuck?
Here's the thing, though, Matt. You know this better than I do, better than most. This is what I don't get. Like Smitty's of the world who are. Let's get rid of Belichick. Let's get rid of, and not just Smitty. I'm just saying there's a lot of Smitties out there, or not a lot of Smitties. There's a lot of people asking for Belichick to go.
Only one Smitty. There's only one Smitty, JB.
One Smitty. But there's a lot of people that think like Smitty who are slapdicks and think that he needs to go right now. All until that, Matt, everybody out there thinking like Smitty, who wants Belichick gone, is all going to come back and say, damn, JB and Matt was right. They should have kept him for a couple more years, because who are you going to get? You're going to get another guy that you're going to fire in 2 years, because the guy they hire is going to be on the shortest fucking leash of all time. All time.
Who are you going to hire? You don't want to replace the guy. You don't want to be Brian Bluke and replace John Elway. You don't want to fucking who replaced Peyton Manning? Fucking Luck. And Luck,
in Indy, yeah, it was Andrew Luck, and we went 11-5. Yep.
But people in Indianapolis hate him.
We do now. Well, some people do now because the way he left.
Your fan base, it made me lose a ton of respect for the fan base. Like the guy lacerated his liver and shit. He can't play no more.
I was disappointed in us as well. Like, I'll admit that. Like they shouldn't. You gonna boo the guy? Yeah.
Back dog, and they booed him. Like fuck all of you. I'd be standing there, and Andrew Luck's way classier than me, but I would have been holding my nuts and a middle finger up, like fuck all of you. So. I thought that was really, really dirty.
He did put us in a bad spot, though. Just the timing of when he retired. Horrible spot. Horrible spot.
The Colts in a bad spot. The Colts didn't build around Andrew Luck. They did the same thing with Peyton Manning. To have 2 Super Bowl appearances and 1 ring with Peyton fucking Manning, that's on the Colts organization.
Listen, I love Peyton Manning, but bro, that was on Peyton Manning too, bro. We had a good ass team for a long ass fucking. Their defense was. Peyton's my goat, so trust me, I love Peyton. So
I'm not talking shit about Peyton Manning. I'm saying
I'm not either.
You give Peyton Manning to fucking Bill Belichick, and they may not lose ever.
Can we be real though?
Smitty.
Hold on, for real, Matt. For real, be real.
With the exception of Robert Mathis and Dwight Freeney, their defense was god fucking awful forever. Bob Sanders was a great player when he was healthy, but he was not healthy enough to actually be considered Mathis and Freeney like potential. So when you take Freeney and Mathis, you can't sit here and tell me, even the year they won the Super Bowl, they were giving up 250 yards rushing a game. They went and signed Booger McFarland, and all of a sudden they win a Super Bowl. You get 1 Super Bowl, 1 fucking title with Peyton Manning in 15 years, and you don't think that's a failure?
No. Trust me, I do. But I'm saying and I hate to do this to my guy, we got to put some blame on the quarterback because Peyton Manning in the play. Hold on. Please listen to me, man. In the playoffs, man, keep it real. Keep it real. In the playoffs, we did not see the same Peyton Manning that we saw in the regular season. And it happened all the time. All the time. He was having a credible regular season. He'll throw 49 touchdowns. Like, oh my God.
We didn't question his impact factor a long time.
And then, yes. So, and trust me, he's my favorite quarterback. But when the playoffs came, man, he just he didn't have that Brady. He didn't have that. It was something was off. And I don't know if he got nervous. It was
his team. It's the team around him. It's not him.
I hear you.
It's the team. Look, I'm going to use a Bronco Peyton Manning perspective. The 4 years he was here, or 5 years, whatever he was. When they made the Super Bowl, I thought it was the best offense I've ever seen. Like they scored 7 touchdowns against Baltimore to open the season. They were fucking killing people. When they got to the Super Bowl,
destroyed.
They were totally outcoached and outmaneuvered, and they were out personnel. They didn't have Vaughn. He was hurt. They had a bunch of people out. They hadn't signed DeMarcus Ware yet. You know, they still had a defense that wasn't what they had 2 years later when they won the Super Bowl. I'm just saying a supported Peyton Manning, like Tom Brady was supported. I know there's this narrative that Tom Brady had bad players around him. Bro, look at the defensive football teams that Tom Brady had.
Top 10 every year.
The first 3 Super Bowls. On those 3 Super Bowl teams where he was the quarterback, he was the ultimate game manager. He was not the reason they were winning. He was the reason they were facilitating, and like he's the reason that they didn't lose, but he's not the reason they were winning. You had Ted Bruschi and Rodney Harrison and Asante Samuel and motherfucking Willie McGinnis and Vince Wilfork and Richard Seymour, first ballot Hall of Fame 3 technique, and Mike fucking Vrabel. And like they had, dude, bro. Yeah, like I remember playing them as a rookie on Monday Night Football. And like Chad Brown, my homeboy Chad, is playing backup linebacker in like his 14th year for New England at that point. And after the game, they beat the shit out of us on Monday Night Football, and I'm yucking it up with Chad on the field. And I'm just like, bro, like, is the meeting, like, tell me about the meeting. Was it crazy? And he's like, the knowledge in the room from the players alone is insane. Like, we know what everybody's going to do before they do it. They went and won the Super Bowl again that year. The first 3 Super Bowls with Tom, he was supported by great defense. Then they went on like a 9-year stretch where they didn't win shit.
Yeah,
they lost twice to the Giants, and then they were like, okay, we need to up the offense. So they upped the offense, and all of a sudden they become an offensive football team. But they still relied on the defensive side of the ball from a paramount standpoint, because that's what Belichick does. This is how I know that if you just give him a quarterback, if he picks the correct quarterback. And I'm not saying that if he takes Caleb Williams or Justin Fields, he'll probably try and put him in a box and fuck it up. So I don't know. Maybe Drake May is the guy, but I definitely, wholeheartedly would not be letting fucking Bill Belichick leave to go hoist the all-time wins record with the Chargers or some shit. By the way, if you want to go do that with them, it may take 15 years. That fucking franchise is poo-poo.
So at what point is it time to let go of a great coach? We understand his history. We understand what he's done. But at what point are we like, okay? Because like if he gets Drake May, there's a good chance he'll have a bad year next year. He's a rookie, right? You know, I mean, he's not going to go win 13 games with a rookie.
Well, they went to the playoffs with Mac Jones as a rookie. They were the wild card. So I know this is probably unpopular, but I think that historically great players and head coaches deserve the right to leave on their own. I thought the way the Colts did Peyton Manning was horrible. I thought the way the Patriots did Tom Brady was horrible. They told him they didn't want him. That's why he left him free agency. He can't play anymore. We're going to move on. Oh, okay. I'm going to go win another Super Bowl. You know, I thought the way that certain teams do their aging veterans is just dog shit. The way the Broncos did Mike Shanahan was awful. The way that the Patriots are going to do Bill Belichick, it's awful. So I know that in this business, it's like, well, it's cutthroat, and who gives a shit about the feelings and the emotions? And I'm that way too, to a point. But when you are an all-time great, I think that you earn the right to kind of walk out on your own terms. Now, that's a double-edged sword because you could have a Brett Favre situation where he just won't leave. So,
right.
Look, man, I don't really think there's a right answer. Yeah, like there's not a right answer to the question, but it's more of an opinion-based question, if that makes sense. But I definitely, I don't know, man. I hate the fucking Patriots with a passion. I think they're a bunch of cheating fucks, but at the same time, I know what greatness looks like, and Bill Belichick is that, period.
Hey, let's talk about some college football real quick before you leave today. I gotta get this.
I can keep talking to you. I can't wait to talk to you all morning. Let's talk.
Good. There's some bowl games tomorrow. We call them now meaningless games. Unfortunately, it's crazy. That's how it's kind of gotten. The Myrtle Beach Bowl. Smitty calls it Myrtle Beach. It's the Myrtle Beach Bowl. Georgia Southern versus Ohio. Next. Let's go to the next one.
Smitty and I need to do like a pronunciation.
We got the cricket celebration. The cricket celebration bowl is Howard versus Florida A&M. Next, where's the Mint Mobile Bowl? We got a new sponsor, Big Matt, Mint Mobile.
So Deadpool sponsoring your cell phone. That's awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah, we're gonna try to get a meeting with them and fucking do a movie. There's another game called.
What role are you gonna play?
The villain.
AE. I get the AE to come over.
The evil AE. He'll be the evil AE.
He's the AE. He's the AE. He's the king of the AEs.
He'll flow in the air. With just attached to his mouth.
The AEs to show up.
I fucking believe that you allow. I can't. The women that you find that do this to you, that just could you find a bigger Miss Piggy? Good God.
Oh, they're beautiful too. You'll never know. All right, so Jackson State
at the end of it makes me want to throw up a little bit.
I know, because a lot of you may be kissing them. You don't even know. Jackson State Raging Cajuns. I hate to be the truth of bad news, but the truth is y'all back to kissing my bitches in the mouth. Jackson State Raging Cajuns.
Disgusting.
Do we need to really talk about this? I do want to talk about Raging Cajuns in Jackson State for one reason, Matt, and one reason only. The head coach for Jackson State, prominent head coach, been around Michigan, West Virginia, Arizona, Rich Rod. He's done a hell of a job there. Is he the next guy that gets out of the blackballedness and gets a big job next year, maybe?
I mean, Rich Rodriguez is a good coach. He's been a lot of places, had a lot of success. He's at Jacksonville State, right?
Yeah, Jacksonville. They play Monroe, or the Raging Cajun. Who's that? Louisiana Monroe?
Louisiana. So Jacksonville State's done a really good job. You know, they built that program. He did a good job. Yeah, I mean, if I'm Rich Rod, I might want to stay. Like at some point as an aging coach, I don't know if jumping and trying to convince these mercs to come play for you is the right thing. Like if I'm him, maybe stay there and just enjoy it, enjoy the flowers and go win 10, 11, 12 games and like build it into something really productive. And then just right off into the sunset, bro. Why would you want, other than the money, which is nice, why would you want the aggravation of the transfer portal and these fucking kids and no eight? Like, I had Jeremy Bloom on my podcast yesterday, and I'm going to post a bunch of the shit he talked about, talking about like how, you know, he just filed a lawsuit against the NCAA because of the inability for people to make money. And it's like, what did he call it? He's way smarter than me. I can't remember what he called it, but it's some kind of tampering law within the United States government where you can't restrict people from making money.
No, TRO effect.
Yeah, so that's what it is. And then
we talked about it this morning on the show. Yeah, the NCAA added another fucking layer basically of chaos. That's what it is. Chaos.
So like they are essentially trying, he thinks that they're going to be a union, that the players are going to have to unionize, that there's going to be like no more scholarships checks, but there's going to be now contracts. You're going to have to sign a contract and stay, and you can't break it. They're going to try and minimize everybody can just fucking leave whenever they want. So as a grad transfer, you can do whatever you want, but if you sign as a player, you need to go to that school and you're going to be locked into that school, which I think is a good thing. He also had some very revealing shit to say about Coach Prime. Like, all I've heard, and I'm about to post this, but all I heard for the last couple of weeks is how Prime wants to stay at CU forever, right? And that makes my heart warm. I don't want to leave, lifetime contract, blah, blah, blah. I brought that up yesterday with Bloom, who was even more integral in the hiring process than me. Like, if I'm here, he's on another level up here with Klatt and all them boys talking to Rick George and Dion. So, excuse me, he said, and he stopped me in the middle of conversation and was like, I want to talk about this. And he specifically said there's an offer on the table for Coach Prime to stay long-term, and he hasn't signed it. He doesn't think he wants to. So that, in my opinion, is like, whoa, that's very revealing, because that's like breaking news, bro. I literally just saw this morning, you know, Coach Prime never wants to leave Denver, and he's talking about that. Well, apparently there's an offer on the table for him to be signed long-term, and he doesn't want to sign it. So I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Maybe he's leveraging it for more money, more years. Like, that's the way that negotiations work. I'm not mad at the man at all for what he's doing. I just thought it was very revealing that Jeremy would say that yesterday on the show. You know, Bloom is honestly the fastest white person I've ever seen in my entire fucking life. That guy could run away from the wind. So, you know, he was a hell of a player, and he's a great supporter, and not only of Colorado Buffalo football, but, you know, the Olympics and everything else that he does. And he seems to think there's going to be unionization, and like, I don't know if a player has to be the head of the union, but I'm telling you, if there's a players union in college football, Jeremy Bloom should be the fucking president of it.
All right. Speaking of this, I want to show you something that I think is very interesting. Tommy Moffitt, a coach who, yeah,
fucking DeVito, hey!
He basically came out at LSU and he said, this sign outside of Tommy's office basically has let NFL scouts know these players listed below are guys who make excuses, miss practice, lack self-discipline, the motivation to take care of their responsibilities. I will not answer questions regarding their performance, numbers, or character, as they care only about themselves.
Oh, this is an older one, because I'm seeing like current NFL guys like La'el Collins. That's the offensive tackle, right? You got Quan Alexander.
Yeah.
These are
I think there's a new one though. That one is old. There's a new list of guys, and he's been known to do this for a long time. I believe did he take a job at A&M?
I'm not sure.
So do I got to put a fucking sign on his mirror that says everything this guy says is bullshit, and he's motivated by only money, and he just wants to get a better job?
Yeah. Who, the coach?
Yeah, the fucking coach.
Yeah.
So hold on, time out. You guys are so fucking high on your pedestals, dog. You fucking kill me. So
you're right.
This coach right here, hold on, this coach This coach right here, who's going to be fired at any given moment over a shitbird that don't fucking perform, now can't tell the truth about his kids, because if he does, he's going to get canceled by fucksticks like you. That's what you're telling me, homie? Are you telling me that if a coach came in your gym and asked you about a player that he's going to sign Division I, give $100,000 scholarship to, you're going to lie to him?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that
you guys are
there's going to be a sign on the door where he gets to call out.
Defend these fucking pussies too much, homie. I'm gonna keep it real with you.
All right, well, that's a huge insinuation of nothing I said, but whatever the fuck you want to talk about. You can just speak. That's fine. I'm saying that if he wants to put a sign up saying these players don't go to class, blah 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 blah. So when he leaves to go get a new fucking job, can we put a sign up on his window that says, this guy just wants to get a new job? I'm not saying it's right.
Maybe he left. Maybe he left, homie, because maybe the head coach don't hold any fucking buddy accountable. Maybe the coach don't want to be part of it.
Maybe the head coach is forcing guys into the transfer portal too. I'm saying it goes both ways.
Maybe somebody's recording him and calling mental health. Maybe somebody's recording him too, and he's like, fuck this, I'm out.
That's like you're really lumping me into this like pussy world that you think I live in. And that ain't the fucking truth, and you know it. So
no,
if you want to come at me like I'm one of those guys,
I'm not lumping you into shit. I'm just telling you that we defend these 17-year-olds much more than we defend a guy that's been coaching 40 fucking years in the profession.
I think everybody's.
I have with everybody that talks about this.
But Jimmy, you're always biased towards the coach, and we know that. So you have a soft spot for coaching because you're a coach. If you can be real, remove your emotions. You're naturally biased towards coaches. But there's some good points for players.
Kids, homie, that's what y'all don't. You want to lump me into this thing too. I have a bias on helping kids and keeping it real with kids and not throwing them like a piece of meat in the meat market like everyone fucking else does. But yet I'm the asshole when I say it's real. No, if we're going to be real with ourselves, these coaches get fucked over and should be able to leave just like the players who get fucked over. Right. I agree with Matt. I agree with Matt on 90% of the shit he says about this thing, because here's the issue I have. Players are not the only ones entering the portal. Coaches are also pushing them into the portal. I agree totally with that, Matt. I agree 100% that it's going both ways now. Right. But there's also a way, the reason they're getting pushed into the portal is because of fucking kids being these kids. Recording me, not showing up for weight room, not showing up for study hall. Guess what? Fuck you. Get out. Go, bye. We don't want you no more.
I don't have a problem with that at all. In fact, I encourage it. Like, if you're not going to do your job, that's one thing. I personally don't like how do I say this? If you're going to, I hope that he had the conversation with the young men before he put their names on the list and put it on the window. And I don't know if he did or not.
That's an old list right there. So I don't know what list that is.
I've seen that sign multiple times. We all have. Then that's pretty consistent. If you don't do your job, not just in football, you're going to get fucking fired, coach or player. I like the fact now the players are held to the same standard. Back in the day, you could have free school seekers. All three of us have seen those guys. I hate putting them into college because they make the program look bad. But when back in the day, a kid could sign a scholarship and go in and be like, oh, I have a neck problem, and he's fucking medical redshirted for the rest of his career, and he goes to school for free. That is a way bigger problem back in the day. Now at least they can just fucking get rid of the kid.
Hey, but do you get called from NFL security? Do you get called? I know you do probably. I still get called for NFL security, NFL scouts. They ask about certain guys that they're looking at in the draft.
Yep.
And they want to know background check. They want to know, hey, coach, they call every team in the NFL called me about Jermaine Johnson. They asked me what happened to him in high school. What happened to him with me in JUCO? Why did he fall in high school? I said, academics. I wasn't going to sit there and lie and say, if the kid was a shitbird, that he wasn't a shitbird, because at the end of the day, the guy's not going to recruit my kids again.
Facts.
So that is why I'm so high on what this guy did. But at the same time, that's old. And I agree with you. This guy left to Elko staff at A&M now. He's now with Elko staff at A&M. That was old video picture. He took the job with Elko at A&M now. Also, if you're missing practice at LSU,
you're
missing weights and shit, like there is a hierarchy issue. It's a head coaching problem there because there's no way you should be on a scholarship at LSU and miss any fucking thing ever.
Well, isn't that a player problem too? Like when I played, even in the NFL, if you miss shit, I didn't worry about the coach. I was worried about Andre Gerard and Dan Graham ripping my fucking head off. Why aren't you late? Like, and then when I was an old head, even when I was talking to Jeremy yesterday, who's 2 years younger than me, he ended it with like, you had. I just want to say thank you, blah, blah, blah. But the standard you set and the standard you kept going and the passion you brought, it rubbed off on me. So I would be a better leader for the next generation. So it has to trickle down from the players, in my opinion, first.
But we're in a jersey swap era, Matt. We're in a fucking jersey swap era.
The coaches are now the main solidified piece of a team. Like the majority of the time moving forward here, you're not going to see a bunch of like fifth-year seniors that came in and developed and stayed somewhere and they all gelled together and achieved something great. And that sucks for college football. So now if the head coach or the coaches are going to be the guys that are there the longest, where back in the day when we played, the coaches and the assistants were the ones that rotated out. The players were the ones that were there the whole time. So that's kind of flipped. And if your players aren't going to hold people accountable, which doesn't happen these days at all, everybody wants to be friends. It's the
jersey swap era.
It's the Flint Tropics fucking ELE, right? Like, hey, we traded a washing machine for Monix over here, and everybody, it's ELE around here. You got that? Everybody love everybody. And he goes, you got that, Monix? And he goes, nope. So I think that this entire situation with the transfer portal in college football and the mercenaryville and the ability to just go wherever you want, whenever you want, the NCAA, this crooked ass organization, they better get a fucking handle on this, bro, because I think it has the ability to destroy the sport. I don't think it has the ability to elevate it. I think it has the ability to really compromise it in a way where people don't want to deal with it anymore.
Hey, let me ask you, and this is a good conversation. I want to make sure we're clear. Like, we have pitted, because of social media, in my opinion, and talking to Sark and Lane and guys like this that are in this thing embedded, the social media cowards that are on Twitter and Instagram, these keyboard cowards that only care about betting and their fucking DraftKings, who got them more points, draft fantasy points, and that's who they are. They're fanboys that know nothing. They have pitted coaches versus players, though, in this deal now. Now it's a coaching versus player, like, fuck you, like, we're Bloods and Crips. Like, this is Republicans and Democrats. Like, it's never been that way, Smitty and Matt. We know we used to always, this is a coaching players fraternity. In this locker room, what's said here stays here. That's no more. Now these dudes are throwing coaches under the bus. Coaches are throwing players under the bus. We got fucking it's just a free-for-all shit show, man. And it's like, this is the tight fraternity that we all once loved and cherished and went to the grave with. Now it's everyone's business. And I just think it's destroying everything. And I think gambling is a big issue with this whole thing, but that's a whole nother ball game. Let me segue to this, Matt. Smitty, Texas, Malik Murphy transferred. They're playing Washington. Their backup is also entered the portal. However, he's going to play and stick it out and play in the playoff. You can enter the portal and still stay at the school, by the way. That is the rule. Malik Murphy's leaving this thing. Here's the question I have, though. We already talked about it yesterday. I'm not going to beat a dead horse. I got this question for you, though, that no one's talked about.
Okay.
If the Texas QB gets hurt, God forbid, knock on wood, my boy Sark's the head coach. Of course, I don't want to see Quinn Ewers get hurt. I want to see the best possible game. But if he does get hurt, to your point you just made, Matt, the NCAA is losing control. This is going to be a big issue. This is the big issue I see that no one's talking about. If fucking Arch Manning has to come in, who's thrown 5 balls all year in a meaningful playoff game, is that not the same thing that Florida State has faced and went undefeated? And the reason you kept them out was for a quarterback situation? Texas have a quarterback situation. God forbid. We've seen it before. Colt McCoy got hurt. Snap won Series 1 versus Alabama in a national title game. And that game became a shit show of a game.
And they got crushed, yes.
So if that happens with this situation, Isn't that the same thing you did with Florida State, who went undefeated? Is that the same issue we're going to face here? And that is the issue we're going to face going forward when these quarterbacks sit out college playoff games like Malik Murphy's doing. And yet we're going to add 12 teams to this thing, which I am against. But anyway, I just want to get your take on this because I think it's going to be bad.
Personally, I think the 12-team playoff is going to be incredible. I could give a fuck about the 13th team.
Me too.
If people don't want to be involved and they want to sit out, then I mean I think Malik Murphy is going to regret this because football karma is a real motherfucker. So like when shit happens and the fucking quarterback does get hurt, like let's just be real. All right, when he does get hurt, and all of a sudden Arch Manning is in there fucking killing it. I mean, he's going to look at it and be like, wow, I really fucked this up. Like, I should have stayed and played. So I don't know how to, like, quantify everybody's personal decisions. Does that make sense? Like,
yeah.
If Malik Murphy wants to leave, maybe he's got other shit going on that we don't know about, sickness in the family, wants to be closer to home, whatever. But as a quarterback, like, when you're recruited, do you not check the depth chart? Like, do you not check, like, especially with quarterbacks, like opportunity is few and far between. Why do you go somewhere where you're stacked 6 deep if you don't want to stay and develop? Like if I'm him, I don't know how much time he has left, but the ability to go compete with Manning and in yours next year and show that competitive drive. I mean, that's one of the main things that helped Hurts and Tua is the ability to show the coaches that they're not, emotionally driven to the fact where they make rash decisions about their playing future based on their feeling right now. They can't see the future. So, right. I mean, get Doc Brown in your life here, bro, and stop fucking overthinking the moment and understand that there's only one quarterback and you play at Texas. So if you get the opportunity to go in and play, we'll use personal experience. When I played at CU, Texas had in 01, Texas had Applewhite and Chris Sims. And they played Chris Sims all year. And Major Applewhite should have played. He played the year before in 2000, was a much better player. Chris Sims is my boy. We played together here in Denver, but Major was a better player. And, Chris got pulled in the Big 12 title game, and Major came in and brought him within 2 points of beating us. Major should have been playing all year, but he didn't bitch, moan, transfer, and quit. He just kept the pace, and when his opportunity came, he went and took advantage of it. So, and then they went and recruited Vince Young, and no one ever played there again until Vince left. So, it's this situation that players find themselves in. It's a little weird. I think that it's definitely something that the NCAA needs to look at, or somebody needs to look at. But again, if there's never going to be any like recourse or anything, then why would anybody ever play by the rules? And that includes the kids.
Yeah. It's interesting, man. It's just a fucking deal that I just don't know. It's kind of fucking crazy now. It's kind of just a wild, wild west, man. It is what it is. And I don't know. What do? You go backwards now and say, oh, we got to go backwards now. And this is the way it used to be. Like, how do you do that now?
I don't think they can go backwards. I don't think that there's any way to I don't think there's any way to put the genie back in the bottle. Like now that it has become what it is, I don't see a way how you can put the genie back in the bottle and go, okay, now we're going to restrict this after we've allowed everybody to just go Wild West style. That doesn't make any sense. It's not going to work. There's no fucking way.
I'm a genie in a bottle, baby.
Hey, let me ask you, Matt, before you leave, we got to take a break before you get out of here. We got to take a commercial. I got to ask you this, though. Derek Carr, who I've come out and said he's absolute dog shit and fucking horrible.
Yeah, you love him.
You say this shit every week.
I want to ask you about this. He played Santa Claus. And as an O-line guy, I got to ask you this question because I used to make a thing for my players called War Daddies. So if the O-line was the best War Daddy, meaning it's the best group of the game, that means the O-line they graded out at 90. We ran for 250. We threw for 300, whatever it may be. They're the War Daddies of the week. I let the coaches vote on it. We voted on it. And then we picked the War Daddy. Well, that particular coach had to get that War Daddy group something special. Either cook them steaks that Monday, do something. So I use it as motivation. A lot of D1 coaches have adopted it. Good. My boy at Eastern Michigan does it now. This guy bought his wideouts, Rolexes and chains, and bought his fucking O-line, who we saw cuss him out on the field, Coleman charcoal grills and steaks.
High school or college kids? Or wait a second, you're telling Carr bought these guys that?
So
they don't even get this.
He bought Chris Olave and Rashad Shaheed Rolexes and fucking diamond chains. The O-line got Coleman grills. Walmart right now, I'm looking it up. Bailey, look it up. I think Coleman grill you can get for $29.99.
Don't say Coleman. Why you saying Coleman? Stop playing. Don't do them like that.
Steaks. So the steaks expire. Number one, steaks expire. And number two, Coleman grill. Are you shitting me? And everyone else gets Rolexes. I would absolutely just do a fucking straight up, stand up, let everybody come straight through next game and just obliterate fucking Derek Carr if I'm the O-line. Fuck
so
Derek Carr.
Let me get this straight. The skill players got Rolexes and chains, and the fucking linemen got a grill.
And steaks.
And what kind of grill? Is it like a nice grill?
I bet you it is. JB's over here joking. It's a Coleman grill. Ain't no way his rich ass got them a $29.99 fucking grill. Come on.
You didn't put in a fucking. You didn't make me a whole outside kitchen and put that shit into stone and shit. That's a real grill, man.
You don't know that shit. You don't know what he did. All we read is a fucking tweet. He might have did that shit.
Hey, Smitty, guess what? I did it in my house. It ain't as expensive as a fucking Rolex. Still, if he did a whole backyard island, it ain't as good as a
everything. Ain't gotta be. O lineman ain't fucking flashy like that. Most O linemen don't want no fucking grill in their mouth and no earring. Most O linemen don't.
He feels otherwise.
I said most. I ain't say Matt. Matt's a fucking outlier. A lot of old linemen, they put dip in their fucking mouth. They got the Jason Kelsey's. They hunting fucking deer. They're not trying to put no fucking chains and roll it. Come on, y'all. We all play football.
I know real. To say, I think Matt would take the fucking Rolex.
I didn't say Matt would. Matt a different fucking.
I think Matt would take the fucking Rolex and sell it and get $100 million fucking grill.
Matt likes Wu-Tang and fucking, like Lil Wayne. Matt's a different fucking breed. I'm saying let's keep it 100,000. A lot of old linemen listen to country music. They hunt. They're not putting no fucking Rolex and grill and check. Come on, man. Come on.
Country boys like Rolexes. I would rather Rolex and listen to country. It's all good. We can do both.
You're different, Matt. You're different.
Why the skill players get nice shit and the big guys get fat shit? What the fuck is that, dog?
Because they're fucking fat, Matt. You know that. They're fat.
I know why.
Well, D linemen are lean. O linemen are fat as fuck.
Yeah, man, we're gonna see at the Super Bowl when I DDT your fucking ass.
Hey, I got my shoulder back feeling good too, Matt. Hey,
Daddy,
you just fucking wait.
Feels like shit, and I'm still gonna
just fucking wait, man.
I see nothing but badness coming out of it. Like, we're gonna get kicked out of the Super Bowl row. We're gonna get booted out of Vegas. Something's gonna happen on this.
And one thing I am afraid of, because I haven't did a fucking live rep in so long, that I'm gonna get my adrenaline going and shit. And we're gonna the impact, no matter what happens, the impact, I'm gonna fuck something up. Like my whole fucking shoulder gonna give out, like something's crazy going. Because I
can't have no direct impact. It's gonna have to be a pass set. It's gonna have to be a pass set versus speed rush, like one-on-one.
That's what I was trying to do. Matt talking about he wants to run block me and shit. I'm like
a double team here. We can't do that shit in Radio Row.
That's what I'm saying. But Matt said, no, I want to run block your ass. I'm like, well, I ain't going to back down from no smoke. I ain't no pussy, so I'll do whatever you want to do. But my initial mindset was pass rush because I know I'm getting busy.
If you pass rush, I'm going to fucking cut the shit out of you immediately.
What the fuck?
Right when you come off the ball, I'm going to go whoop and go right after your fucking knee.
Hey, listen, I'm going to jump to the side.
Like, fucking step on you and walk away.
I'm going to be like this.
You gonna play the cut?
Like I'm playing fucking Army.
We'll see how this goes.
Hey, Keith Smith confirmed. Keith Smith's confirmed. It was Coleman Grills.
Hold on, keep this fucking picture up. No, put it back up now. Put it back up now. Come on, Bailey. You telling me that we're gonna trust this source right here He's in prison in this fucking picture.
Is that Andre the Giant?
His hair ain't been fucking rebraided since 09.
Grills. Who the fuck is this mongrel that you got here? I like it. Look at his hair. It looks like he's about to go fucking invade something right damn now.
It's Andre the Giant's son.
This motherfucker, man.
For real?
Where hell will this big show?
We got Mint Mobile, Matt. That's all you need to know.
Mint Mobile, really Andre the Giant's son?
Huh?
Man, fuck you. Don't be playing with me. That's not Andre the Giant's son. Suck a dick.
Damn.
Fucked up.
He took that shit personal, JB. I love Andre the Giant. Don't you ever say that.
Fucking man. He's a myth, a legend. Andre the Giant's my guy.
Big Show, my guy. It's my ear.
Is that really his kid? No,
I don't know. He looked like him.
You don't fucking know. That's fucked up, dude. I'm super gullible.
This sign, homie?
Tell me anything, and I'm like, oh, for real? Fuck you guys, man.
Pound the like button. We got a bunch of shit bowl games this weekend. Don't watch them. Go watch all the people enter the portal instead. In the college playoff. I can't wait for 12 playoff teams next year where 12 quarterbacks enter the portal. But anyway, great job.
Hey, Matt, what you got going on this weekend?
Thanks. What was that?
Look at this guy. Look at this guy. He's a ball and chain guy.
What you got going on this weekend, Matt?
I'm working. What do I have going on? I mean, we already talked about this.
Hey, Matt, you see Smitty with the ball and chain in his mouth?
This shit, fuck.
That was the funniest moment of the show since I've been on the show. I could not stop laughing yesterday. I've been thinking about you the last 24 hours.
It was so subtle, too. Like, I was just like, well, yeah, fuck, you don't like that? What the fuck is wrong with you two?
And then seeing Trent, big strong country ass, do the fucking that shit. I lost it, man. Funniest all-time favorite moment.
Hey, Trent is low-key real funny.
Well, he's pretty funny. Yeah, I agree. Pretty dude.
He's like, yeah, he got that AJ Hawk funny, like quiet, just says certain shit, that acts a certain way that has that AJ Hawk funniness to him.
Am I funny, JB?
Good.
You're not funny at all.
I'm not funny at all.
No,
not at all. You say shit that's so outlandish that it's funny.
So I'm funny.
Well, you're fun. I don't know. Remember, Matt. Matt and I are older. Matt and I are older. We used to have a saying, Big Smitty. We're not laughing with you. We're laughing at you.
Okay. Hey. As long as I'm bringing value to the show, as long as y'all laughing.
Especially good fellas. Like, I'm funny. I'm a clown. I'm here to fucking amuse you. What's so fucking funny about me? You tell me what's so fucking funny about me. Huh? Funny?
Yeah. Huh?
Funny?
You think it's funny?
You think it's funny?
I'll show you funny.
All right, we got to take a commercial break. I got to piss. I got to get some coffee.
Now, hold your piss. Hold your piss. I want you to piss on yourself live on the show. I want you to piss on yourself.
Hey, Matt, are you live today?
At 10 a.m.
Follow Matt right after this. Right after you hit the like button, you sign up with Mint Mobile, and then you go straight over to Big Matt Show, 0 to 60. Go watch him live. He'll have like somebody on there that's big time. You know, he's gonna have somebody big. I don't know.
LeBron James.
We had Jeremy Bloom on yesterday. Today it's just me and Bree doing the show at 10 a.m. and then we'll have the weekend off. And I got to get Big Smitty on at some point, and we definitely need to talk about the whole like Vegas Super Bowl thing because I got to buy tickets, and I am so excited for that shit. I don't know what to do with myself. I fucking love Vegas.
I'm waiting on the proof.
We're waiting on Vegas. I don't even drink. I love Vegas.
Vegas is the adult Chuck E. Cheese.
Shit, dude. It's awesome. It's Disneyland for adults.
Do whatever the fuck you want to do. Anything you want to get into, you can get into that.
No rules.
It is. Hey, are you surprised that Brandon Staley's still not fired?
Yeah, I'm shocked. But at the same time, I did watch the Broncos give up 70 points this year. But it happened so early in the season, they can like rebound from it and get better, which I think they did. And I keep seeing
worst game, though. I would argue last night's game was worse than the 70-point game.
Worse. Because it was on national TV, dog. Like, it was the only game on.
Yeah.
And they got fucking shit stomped, bro. They didn't even look like they wanted to play. So you can tell when a team has quit and shut down on a coach. Am I wrong? But did I see Justin Herbert in the game at the end of the game?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah. He was on the sideline
in
with
the game. He's on the sideline. Yeah, he
Yeah,
wasn't even
so
dressed.
okay, that was an old highlight. But at the same time, like, if I'm him, I think the entire team gets wiped around Justin Herbert. Like Khalil Mack, Keenan Allen, everybody. If you're an old veteran on that team, you're probably going to be gone. And why wouldn't you want to leave? You want to win. You got to get the fuck out of LA. So that place is a disaster. I mean, the Chargers have always chargered. This is what they do. They've always been super mid. You know, and I don't really think it matters what coach they get. They're always going to do this. This is what they do. So, you know, it's when you leave your entire fan base behind for fucking money, this is what you get. You get shit on. At least the Rams went back to where they were. Like they had a fan base established in LA. The Chargers just moved there because somebody built them a building.
Yeah.
Yeah. Matt, always a pleasure to have you on. And can't wait for you and Smitty to go head up. And I'm going to drop the ball, and we're going to get kicked out of Vegas. Oh, I can't wait for all that to happen. Pound the like button, subscribe.
We got to work on our short snaps, JB. We got to work on our short snaps. So I'll come to LA, and we'll start getting our short snaps in. But you got to get in there. If I don't feel you, I don't know if you're there, quarterback.
Yeah, oh, I know. I should smell it.
You better pull that shit up. Ugh.
I should smell it.
I'm telling you,
Hey,
dog. Here's a good story.
Nothing worse. That is the worst. But
Yeah.
I've actually had some pussy. I've been around some pussy that's actually worse than my center's ass all practice
Oh
long.
my God. What the hell what's going on?
I'm gonna be honest. I gotta be honest, Matt. You know, quarterbacks used to talk in the huddle, like after taking snaps under center all practice long. You got badussy, you got balls, you got dick, you got pussy. All that's mixed in one. And I'm gonna be honest, with all due respect to my centers and their ass and the badussy smell of it, I've had some pussy that's been worse.
That's on you, though.
How's it on me?
How's it
on
not
me?
on you? You have a nostril.
Right.
It doesn't mean I took it. It doesn't mean I took it.
You said you had some that means you had it, motherfucker.
No, like I tied. No. Time out. You gotta go. You gotta go. Get the fuck out. You gotta go. I'm just saying. I've smelled worse. I've smelled pussy worse than my center's ass.
You still played football? Did you play in the mud too? You nasty fuck.
JB, I think you nasty in the motherfucker. The more I'm learning about you, you a nasty some of them bitch.
Shit.
You gotta watch this old motherfucker here, boy. He didn't
like you shit. Yeah, I'm telling you.
Motherfucker earwaxing and touching the fucking AE ball and chain, fucking touching the center's ass, smelling his finger after the play. This motherfucker nasty.
No, I don't smell my finger like that. You gotta smell. Top of your hand is what smells. If you played quarterback, top of your hand. If you're underneath there, right, Matt? Right, Matt? You gotta be under there, right?
Yeah, I don't feel you in there. I don't know if you're there, and we got to get the ball snapped. So my boy Bobby, I'll end it on this. My boy Pesavento, he used to take snaps from like Andre Gerard and Ryan Gray and all these different guys. And he would walk up and he would literally be standing at the fucking sink, like rubbing his hand with soap for 20 minutes. Yeah. And like he would walk up and just be like, here, and stick it in your face. And be, oh! He'd be like, I can't get the fucking stink off my hand. And Andre would be in the corner like, and he's like, take a shower. It was fucking gross. Bro.
Hey, that's a real thing, bro. I'm telling you right now, that is a real thing. See, Big Smitty don't know because he never had to play that. He just his ass was always to the wind, where we had to face the ass in the wind.
This is true.
No wonder why you like AE, because like in a weird subconscious way, like in the back of your brain, you've always had that facing you.
Anyway, Matt, it's been a pleasure, Matt. We'll see you tomorrow. And we'll see you Monday. We'll see you Monday, Matt. I don't know what the fuck he was
This show is racist as fuck. This is the most racist show on planet Earth.
I gotta take a piss.
This motherfucker is racist.
That was fucking perfect.
Man, I'm enjoying your show, man. Hey, 0 to 60 with Big Smitty, man. I'm gone.
Hey, put us on a commercial. I gotta take a piss like a Russian racehorse in December. Week playoff today. So you'd have Oregon playing Missouri in the 8 and 9. Michigan would have a bye. Alabama, Washington, Texas, right?
Yeah.
Oregon and Missouri would play. Florida State would play Oklahoma. Ohio State would play Penn State again. Georgia would play Ole Miss again. So that is what the 12-team playoff would be right now.
Right.
And this is a test. This is a test I put this up here for. Watch how many cats get in the chat talking about, where's Liberty? Where's la 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 la? See what I'm saying, homie? I just fucking proved to you guys that it'll never be enough. You're always gonna want to fuck another team. So more is not better. Stop. 12 teams, you're gonna want a 13th team. That is why I fucking just did that. You guys are always gonna want somebody, man. So you're gonna put Liberty over Oregon. Get the fuck out of here. See, that's the thing. You guys are going to always cry. Somebody's going to bitch. My fucking point. And we should do that test nationally. I bet you if I put that out on Twitter tonight, we get a fucking, where's Liberty? Where's fucking Jim Madison? Where's fucking, shut up. You're never going to be satisfied. More is not better. Less is more. Less is more sometimes. I'm just telling y'all, we've already had this discussion, dog. Conference title games won't mean shit. People will be sitting players out. You're going to have fucking the 13th team bitching and moaning. Like, just put all the motherfuckers in. Sweet, 64 teams again, like college basketball. Like, it's becoming a mockery, dog. The bottom line is, Big Smitty, if Oregon would have beat Washington, they weren't getting in either. Just think about it. So, you would Oregon would be Washington, just so we're clear.
Georgia would have got in.
I would argue Georgia's in right now.
Me too. I agree.
And Florida State still, hell nah. Mike Tomlin is on the hot seat officially.
Hell no. They 7-5 right now. It was a really bad loss, but they're still on track to be in the playoffs. They're still on track to have another winning season, or at least a 500 or above season with a very below mid quarterback. These guys are rocking and rolling. Instead, the Patriots don't have a quarterback, and look how bad they look. The Suns don't have a quarterback, and they're still out here competing and fighting. That's called coaching right there, JB. Hell no.
Egypt's going to give us a take. I already know, because this is a take that we all know about, the real educated coaches, ex-players. Although I agree with Smitty, I don't know if that's necessarily true, though, because he has no quarterback and he just fired his OC, and owners see that, and it's blood in the water, and this might be the same time, especially if Belichick goes. We see this as a copycat league. I wouldn't be shocked if Tomlin leaves either.
I would say it's a hell nah, because of the organization, because the owner, they don't go through. They're about continuity. They're about standard. But listen, I love Mike T, and I could probably text him right now. He texts me back, and I'm saying that, but for this take.
Back first, of course, as always. We got some real talk or jaw jacking we're going to do. I can't wait to do that one. Got some white people shit. We got some black people shit. We got some we got a lot more guests. Big Jeff Nadu's joining us. Let's see. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see where Jeff is. Let me see what Steve talking about. Football Palooza this weekend. We got to see what's up. I got to Cam Newton, since taking all kind of heat, has dropped a video. Take a listen.
I'm not saying that.
So he's talking about all these NFL game managers. He sounds like the people literally tweeting at me from their basement, like, get back in the like, it's like you are at home.
When he does this podcast or whatever it was, this is just wacky stuff. You know, like this, what, Cam, you know more football than that, right?
It's called Funky Friday. That's his podcast. Because that's absurd. When he said Dak's name, he telling jokes. First of all,
But the first point that I want to make here is this: identifying the difference between a game manager and a game changer. Game manager is not a negative connotation. Ken, what do you mean by game manager? My definition of that managing player is a player who has the ability to make the right play at the right time, protecting the football at all costs. There's times in my career where I figured this out. Sometimes, Cam, you don't have to take over a game. Allow other players to do that. If we're getting personal here, there was times in my career where I did it, and there's times in my career where I didn't do it. When I think about ultimate elite game managers, Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, Tom Brady, game changer and game manager is not something where I'm saying this person is not physically capable of making some great plays. I'm not saying that. Or I am not saying that they're not good players. There's really only 3 to potentially 5 game changers in the NFL right now. Aaron Rodgers, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes. Chris Canty, I was listening to what he was having to say, and he used this as an analogy. A game changer is a truck. A game manager is a trailer. I sit up here and say, you know what? Let me say something about the state of football right now, in my opinion. My intentions was never to suppress the talent of Dak Prescott, Brock Purdy, Jared Goff, or Tua Tagovailoa. But the facts are what the
I wish he did not give this. I wish he would have ended it. That's like a 7-minute long video.
Yeah.
I wish he would have ended it in the beginning after he showed Kimberly Martin and all those slapdicks who talking shit about him. I wish he would have just showed that and then been like, how are y'all talking about me? And I can't have an opinion, but y'all can. I wish he would have just ended it like that, because then he went on to say, basically, I wasn't doing this. I wasn't meaning this. Basically, it's an apology out the side of his mouth, which I don't need. I didn't want him to do. I like the fact that he should have stood on business and called out those people for what they are. Because at the end of the day, we keep apologizing for being who we are, man. And it's like, that's what creates softer and this cancel culture, in my opinion. When we apologize,
I didn't think he apologized. I looked at it. I thought it was just more of a further explanation to me of
it
was because
and though he did.
Yeah, because sometimes when you just if I say right now, Dak Prescott is average, and then somebody cut that clip and post it, everybody, what the fuck? How's your? But then if I actually come back and be like, well, what I meant by average is this, I'm not apologizing for anything. I'm standing on what I said. I'm just giving you more explanation of what I was saying, so you can feel me and what I was trying to say. So I mean, I think he took the mature route. He could have just went out there and just bashed everybody and stuff like that. But I don't think I think him going this route is actually better for his brand, for his show, because it's like I'm gonna actually kill you with actual real information, real football language. Anybody can go out there and just say, well, how can this motherfucker talk to this? Like, that's whatever. But when I actually counter with real facts and validity that backs up why I said that, I think that's way more powerful, in my opinion. You know, so
here's a great analogy right here.
If you have to play to talk about the sport, why do you respect and have Steve Kim on the show? Grant Marino.
Okay, so
that's a great question, though, for real. Like, no bullshit. That's a good question.
Yeah. It's not really, because it's actually, I've already answered it. See, that's the issue. You see, you guys don't listen. I said that there are guys out there who haven't played, who are what? What did I say on this very show? See, I got receipts, dog. What did I say? If we want to rewind it, what did I say about the guys and girls who talk about the sport who didn't play it?
Who knows the numbers? You said who knows the numbers, who are real like statisticians, whatever.
Thank you. My co-host listens. What the fuck is Steve Kim? Is he not the most mathematical stat fucking dude there possibly is in this game? He can tell you who the starting lineup was in the 1981 Super Bowl right now if he called in.
Right.
That is a statistical, mathematical fucking dude that you want to have on your side.
Right.
That does not mean that Steve Kim can give me information on the fucking Miami Hurricanes team led by Dennis Erickson and what was going on in the fucking locker room. See, y'all don't listen. You just want to fucking hear me. But when you listen like Smitty just did, Steve Kim is a perfect fucking match and reason why we want him on the show. He's exactly what I said he is. So, no, your question was actually shit. And you don't listen. So take your question and shove it up your fucking ass because it's full of shit. You don't listen. And I don't respect people that don't listen. If you really listen, then you should be on the show and saying, oh, Steve Kim is exactly what JB said he was 2.5 hours ago. You fuck.
Hey, JB, you be getting hot. I didn't even think that was a question for you to get hot about.
Because it's like they act like I'm just out talking out both sides. I move the goalpost. No, I don't, motherfucker. I have receipts. They're here. You listen to them, but you just recited it, Smitty. You didn't have to rewind the show.
I'm a good listener.
You knew what I said about guys that didn't play, and I said I respect them for what they are. And I said there are women out there that are good. There are men that are good. But at the same time, I'm never going to listen to them and get their opinion on a insider informational deal. Like, I'm not going to ask Kimberly Martin about a fucking 3-step drop.
Right.
That's what I don't understand. I wouldn't ask Mike Leach, as great as he was, to manage a locker room full of knuckleheads and shitbirds that he did not recruit. Why? Why did I say that? Because it takes a special dude who played the game, who understands individual personalities, that has to bring all those dudes together in one room in one accord and get them to run through a wall for you. Mike Leach could never do it. Couldn't get over the hump. Couldn't win a big-time meaningful game. Charlie Weiss was a horrific head coach. Good offensive coordinator when someone else is the CEO and the captain of the ship. It's easy to go call plays under that. But once you get the head job, dog, once you're in this chair, and now I got to call plays and be the Belichick, game's changed. Something happened. Something's different. Those are the differences you have to have, in my opinion, and that's why I get embarrassment, secondhand embarrassment when I hear these people like Mina Kimes and Kimberly Martin and even the guys that played that are so stuck on the media tip, like what's his name on there that he mentioned? What's that fucking guy's name? The little corner, played for the Ravens. He's on Foxworthy or whatever his name is.
Oh, Dominique Foxworthy.
Like he played too. It doesn't make sense to me. That means you completely gone. Like at least Bart Scott keeps it real. Bart Scott, at least he'll be fired next. I'm telling you right now, he's the next one. At least he says, "Nah, dog. This is the real, this is how it really is." Like, stop saying this shit. And that's why Bart Scott gets all the heat on ESPN. He's the one that's hated on there. But Kimberly Martin's loved. Get the fuck out of here, man. It's because you guys are soft. You want soft, nurturing voices to tell you lies. They're lies. And you believe lies. Crazy.
Let me ask you this real quick. I mean, you kind of touched on it. I mean, you dove into it, but like Mike Leach, I think, a guy that, he didn't get past, like, he didn't get over the hump in the big games, but he still had a ton of success. Why do you, I guess, in your opinion, why do you think he was still able to have that success even though he didn't play the game? Like, he's just an outlier, basically, you think, or?
No. Welcome, Jeff Nadu, in the show. Big man on campus. Follow him on Twitter. If you guys haven't. What up, Jeff?
What's going on? How you guys?
I'm good. Let me answer this real quick. We'll get into Jeff and joining the show on this Free Game Friday. He's not an outlier because there's been a few. Mangino also, as a head coach, did a good job at KU, was fired for putting his hands on a kid. It's really only a few, though. See, people don't realize Belichick played the game. Saban played the game. Pete Carroll played the game. Everyone wants to go back and act like they did not play. No, they did play. The issue is with Mike Leach is when you're such a guru of – this is a guy now that we're talking about Dobbs the other day as a player.
Yeah.
This is the same type of guy. A law degree holder from Pepperdine University, grew up out here in Thousand Oaks, sleeping at AFCA coaching conventions on the floor as an 18, 19, 20-year-old because why? He did not play the game. He got the advantage was in his court. I know what I'm going to do for a career. I'm not going to work job to job. I'm going to understand the difference between a job and a career. I'm going to go chase that career path now at 18 years old while I'm doing my law degree shit, and I'll be a grunt. I will get your coffee. I will learn how to manage a program from the inside out while I'm drawing plays on a napkin every day as I get my law degree. So guess what? Over 40 years, you've now devised a system on offense that is great. You're a mathematical genius. You got one card in your hand. This is how big his play call sheet was, by the way, if you know anything about Mike Leach, like this. And he ran the same plays. They were all derivatives off of one coverage or two coverages. So everything was a 9 vertical route. I've had many coaches coach for him. I've known Mike a long time. I've sent him a lot of players. Everything's vertical, Smitty. And the coverage dictates what they do. So if the roll safety gets over the top, that vertical becomes a comeback. The slot receiver becomes a curl. If it's covered 3, the slot receiver makes it a 10-yard out. The outside guy runs a curl. Like, it's all based on the run.
Right. Read and react. Yeah.
So the problem is you can't just call plays as a head coach and expect to win. You have to understand that it becomes a CEO in a managerial position, and you got to know what's in that locker room. He lacked that part, in my opinion. Now, listen, I love him to death. I think he's a hell of a fucking football coach. If you ever talk to him, he's unbelievable. But I'm just telling you, I think he would have been better. He would have benefited from being a player in the locker room. Like, if Jeff was never around any mobsters or any fucking people that knew this business, he'd be crazy to go out there and talk about it, and people actually listen to him like he knew what the fuck he was talking about. It makes no sense to me.
That's kind of what I did, to be fair.
That's what I'm saying. You went out, but you didn't start this year, though.
No, I've been doing it forever, right?
That's what I'm saying. This was what Mike Leach did. He started in a profession he knew nothing about and made it his career and learned it on the run as he did other things. Jeff was at Barstool, and he did other things while he was doing that. His passion was crime. So he was making things work until he got what he wanted to do. And he had to do shit that you have to do in order to do what you want to do. And that's just the true hustler, in my opinion, is the ones that survive doing it that way over the guy that just, I'm just going to stop and I'm going to work at Walmart because I have to have that weekly check. Well, fuck, you got to sacrifice too to get what you want. And it is what it is. People are commenting on Jeff because he was on Alex Stein the other day. And it was funny. It was good.
Thank you.
Jeff, what's up? We got a loaded lineup this weekend of great college football games. I'm just kidding.
Well, this college football bowl stuff is, for me, it makes me sad because I grew up loving college bowls. I think it's one of the greatest things we have still. And for a long time, it was untouched. But, and I'm being honest, as a gambler, looking through these games, you literally need a college degree and a high level one at that to understand who's playing. I mean, it's amazing, these games. Like, you look at, for instance, Boise, UCLA. I believe they're playing each other.
Yeah.
Dante Moore's transferred. Both quarterbacks for Boise are gone. Like, that's every game. If you have 5 bowl games and there are 10 teams and all 5 of them, only one may have their full complement of players or even close to that. It is sad.
Jeff, Malik Murphy's left and they're in the fucking playoff.
Yeah.
See, and I've been saying it for months now. No one wants to talk about it. I've been saying it's just a matter of time. That's why I'm against the 12-team playoff thing. Matt likes it. You like it. Smitty likes it. I can't wait till 8 of the fucking 12 playoff team quarterbacks are in the portal next year. And you're like, well, why is Liberty 12-0 quarterback in the portal? Because he wants to go to Alabama. Like, it's a joke, man. And by the way, the Washington backup is in the portal as well, but he's sticking it out and playing in the playoff game.
And it's not just like big teams either. So like Ohio, right? Ohio University, they're the first bowl game tomorrow. Myrtle Beach Bowl. They play Georgia Southern. Ohio's quarterback transferred, right? All right. Your backup quarterback's already injured. So, like, this is just bad. Like, and what we're doing is we're adding bowl games, Smitty. We're adding more. Why are we doing that? Like, these games suck already. All 5 games tomorrow? Right. But here's what I don't understand. It's the same thing that has to do with NIL deals. How do they make money on these bowl games? Nobody goes to them. Nobody really watches them. I mean, to be honest, will you watch the Myrtle Beach Bowl tomorrow at 11 a.m.?
I'm not planning. The only way I would even watch it is if I got a homie in town. If we decide to go to like a fucking bar and it's on, I'll look at it. But I'm not like going to the living room and turning it on. Right.
Where most of the people that are watching it aren't even watching it because it's on it. It's like, you know how like when you go into like a dentist's office and they always have like CNN on. Like nobody really watches it. It's just on, right? Yeah. That's the same thing here. Like you might have it on in the background and you might look over. Like the other night, I had the team coach used to coach on Independence?
Yeah.
There was a team in their division playing for the national title, right? They're playing against East Mississippi, Buddy Stevens' team. That was on TV. It was the final. I had it on, but like I wasn't watching it. It was just on. I glance every once in a while. I'm not paying attention. That's what these bowl games are now. And unless you're betting on them, nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah, true. Yeah. You know, Coach Stroll, coach at Iowa Western, good friend of mine. How do they
make money on this shit? How do you make money on a bowl tomorrow?
You can't.
I don't get it.
You can't. I don't think you can.
JB, your mic sounds amazing. Like I don't know what the fuck just happened. It's like
really close to it.
Okay, I was like, you muted and it came back and the shit was like H fucking D. I was like, what did you just do?
I was just cussing out some bitch boy on TikTok.
It's funny. Good. Real quick, I thought that Mint Mobile thing, I thought that was a joke, and you're actually like, that's a big sponsor. I love that. That's great. Shout out to you guys.
Yeah, we'll see if we get if Smitty can do any salesmanship at all. We'll see because it's all commission based. You know, Jeff, it's commission based. We need everybody in the chat right now, 900 people to go over to it, and then we could get a studio. Jeff, I could fly you out on a PJ.
Yeah,
every weekend you can come on.
Really?
Yeah, so to go like right now, we've had like 7 people sign in, so we need 993 more people to sign in before the new year. And if it happens, we'll be able to get a brand new studio sponsored by Mint Mobile.
Okay,
and a fan
suspended me. Of course they did.
Of course they are. And then we'll have a fan will have a chance to be in the next Deadpool with Ryan Reynolds as well. So
you said TikTok just banned you?
Of course.
He cussed them out.
So they banned me last night too. I was doing a live.
Well, I get banned like every time.
Yeah, it's crazy. People come in
and talk whatever they want, but you say anything back, you're done.
I get hit for harassment and bullying.
Yeah, exactly.
I get warned, and then it's crazy.
But it happens on Instagram too. Instagram's deleted 3 of my accounts, so I had an account with 200,000 people on it. You know, followers. They
do it.
They just deleted that a year and a half ago. Like,
hey, coach. I most videos I have, like if I do a TikTok and it's not at 10,000 in like 2 hours, I delete it. Like I get views on TikTok. I posted a video 52 minutes ago. I just looked, 0 views. How's that possible?
I know why, because
I'm being shadow banned.
I do the same thing. So they're reviewing the thing for a whole hour or 2 hours, and then they'll release it. But you're already in the stuck algorithm. You're not getting out of it. It's so dumb.
You know, TikTok specifically is very
it's bullshit.
Yeah, like TikTok, like you can't say shit. You can't cuss. You can't put like the word sex on it. Like, you know what I mean? It's like little shit you do. It's a wrap.
This is coming from someone who I've studied the TikTok algorithm and what you can and can't do. I've done it. I do that. I never put words in I'm not supposed to. Like they still fuck me. Like
hey, but you could pop ass and titties on there.
Oh, sure. You could talk about sucking dick. Absolutely. That's the thing.
Not a problem.
Someone asked any UFC bets. Yes, I'm betting against Colby Covington. I think Leon Edwards is going to fuck Colby Covington up. I really believe that.
I hope he does too. I hope he does. Colby Covington, I talked to him yesterday. He's fucking annoying. He's a WWE wrestler. He's clickbait. Your opinion is your opinion. I don't care about that. It's just if you watch UFC over the years, and it sounds like Jeff, you do. He just always tries to use the biggest names and biggest stories and use it as a platform for him to like go viral.
Leon Edwards is so right too, because he said, you know what, like his whole thing is Trump, right? He loves Trump, which is cool. But like, it seems like he cares about that more than his like career. Now he's doing well, obviously, but I don't know. Look, there's certain things you don't do. You don't come at someone's father who died.
Yeah, I heard. I didn't watch the video yet. So what did he say exactly? 'Cause I didn't watch the video.
He's like, I'm gonna take you to hell, and we're gonna see your dad or some shit.
Oh my god!
And
That's so
Leon,
fucked up.
yeah, Leon got very upset, which he should have.
Yeah, his dad is dead. You don't come on, bro. I get talking shit, but there's definitely a line, bro. Like I hope Leon fucks him up.
Well, I remember when we did Rough and Rowdy, when Jerry and I were fighting, we had these we had a telethon we had to go to, and we had to do the whole fight crap.
Emotion, yeah.
And I remember at one point, so my opponent at one point was a drug addict, like years ago, and I brought that up. I called him a junkie in one of the things, and I remember looking back on that, how I felt really bad that I said that, because I shouldn't have brought that up. But when you're into that, and we had to push it, we were trying to get people to buy pay-per-view. You say shit you shouldn't say, but I feel like there's certain levels you have to kind of stay away from. And
I don't think they do anymore, though, because at the end of the day, I guarantee you they hug in the ring after the fight.
But see, my whole thing is, look at Habib.
You and I are hugging. I call you a fucking every word. If we get paid fucking $20 million, we're hugging, homie.
I don't know, though, if you mentioned, if I were on that level and you mentioned, my dad or something that died,
yeah, it's a little different.
I don't think I could do that. I would probably just be I'd shake their hand.
They don't care. These motherfuckers are in the jersey swap era, bro. They don't care.
UFC motherfuckers are a little different, though. I'm gonna be real. They different. They're not. They still to even play to do the fight to do UFC. You're a little.
Conor McGregor's been doing that shit for years. Conor McGregor.
But look at Khabib. Khabib never talked shit ever, really. And he just fucked everybody.
Murder you. Khabib used to wrestle with fucking bears as a baby.
Yeah.
Literally wrestled bears. That motherfucker is crazy.
Hey, Jeff, I brought, but what do I know? Months ago, I made a comment you weren't very happy with, because you're obviously invested.
Wait, where are you going with this? Oh, you're bringing up Mahomes.
Oh, no, wait. Hold on, Jeff. Let him go. Wait.
I'm bringing up this.
What the fuck is this?
So I'll explain real quick. Basically, Jalen Hurts has been fumbling the ball a lot, so they're forcing him to learn how to fall without dropping the ball. Obviously, he's visibly frustrated and pissed off, but the bigger storyline is that allegedly is some shit going on in the Philly locker room where AJ Brown and him are not on the same page. I think they had a players only meeting, and supposedly, allegedly, reports say AJ Brown was going to Sirianni and had some complaints about Jalen Hurts, and JB let it be known that he brought up this in the summer that there was some beef going on between them.
Well, I know there is.
And I want to say this too.
I did not know for a fact. I know there was, and there is. And I know
give JB credit, honestly, because I remember this night. I was folding wash in my laundry room.
What are you talking about? Wait, I missed you. I didn't hear what you said.
I'm going to give you credit on something, and I'm going to tell you the story behind it. I was folding wash in my laundry room one night. Eagles were playing the Buccaneers. They were rolling them. It was a Thursday night game. JB calls because he said some stupid shit on Twitter that AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts weren't, and I'm just like, whoa, they're up 20, bro. What are you on about? So I call him. He goes, I'm telling you, there's something going on between them. And ever since then he told me that, I've looked at the body language between these two. Jalen Hurts does not look like the same quarterback. I'm not saying he's not a good quarterback. I'm just saying he doesn't seem dialed in. And AJ Brown seems like he couldn't give fuck all about the game when they play. It just seems like they're just off. And ever since he told me that, and now it's starting to feel like, and they're not denying it down there, right? I live in this area. They're not denying it down there. Look at the things they're doing in practice. That's grade school shit, right? I mean, what should we be doing that in the NFL?
I give Sirianni a lot of credit for that right there. That is a ball security drill I used to do every day with my QB.
But in high school, you do it, not in fucking NFL.
I mean, that's why I give him credit, because, hey, dog, you got to break the motherfucking you got to break the whip on some people sometimes before. Yeah. Remember, this kid's a young kid relatively in the NFL. Like, do we want him to get better, or do we want him to stay Lamar Jackson and never get better? You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of where I'm at with it.
But Lamar Jackson, why do you keep saying that? He's having an NFL. I told you before.
Top 2 team in the league.
Yeah. Why do you keep saying that? And you know what's funny? He said that once. I think he said this stupid shit one time. He's breaking down film, and what did Lamar do? Comes out and shits on the Lions, and what does JB say? Oh, yeah, the Lions weren't that good anyway. You know, it's like you can't. You're wrong on Lamar Jackson.
Say it, Jeff. Say that shit, Jeff.
And I'm not a big fan of him, but he's having a great season. And I know you threw it in my face last week.
Look at these pussies in the chat. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I can say whatever the fuck I want to say, bitch boy. Fuck you, get out of here with my bullshit. I say what the fuck I want. Crack the whip, motherfucker. Go ahead and twist it however you want.
But Mahomes last week.
D. Jones, who's black, knows. He knows the fucking deal. He knows the deal. Shit. Break the whip, motherfucker. D. Jones knows the deal. Exactly. You motherfuckers take anything and turn it into anything.
It's always racist.
Gabagool, motherfucker.
Yeah. It's always racist.
The show is already racist.
It's always racist or misogynistic or sexist or.
We're the number one We're the number one racist show on America.
Debbie, I think we should change the name of our show to like White and Black Sports Talk or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Like something that's gonna be like just catch your eyes. Like
yeah, if we get big, we're gonna do like a Cameron and Mace did. We're gonna call it like it's not so black and white. That'd be hard.
Hold on, write that shit down right now.
It's nuts.
We need to like what's that? Trademark that shit for somebody to take.
And I'll be like
you're mixed. You're the mixture of it.
Yeah. I kind of even it out.
Yeah.
It is racist, RACC. Well, I'm just saying right now, I truly believe there are issues there, and it starts because wide receivers who are prima donnas by nature, period. They're the most shitbird position there is, period. It's fact. After yesterday's show, I got tons of NFL buddies of mine texting me like, that's fact. But here's the issue. Their asses will not give any grace or mercy to a quarterback who is basically in his fourth year, who is still getting better, playing the hardest position of all sports, and they want the ball now. Give me the ball, give me the ball, give me the ball. Wideouts are so bitch made that they have no patience for the evolution of the game for the quarterback to get better like Jalen Hurts has, even though this year he's bad. His mechanics have always gotten better since his rookie year, which I've praised. I just have never been a huge fan. I just don't think he's the guy to get you over the hump. But he got you there, and he had 300 yards, and he did all these things. It is what it is. He has a very talented roster. The same thing we can say about Brock Purdy. Cam Newton is alluded to, obviously, in his viral take. But wideouts are going to bitch, dog, always. And I can't stand the motherfuckers. That's why, Jeff, I recruited 1,000 of them because I was going to cut them every day. I was going to cut someone every day. So I had 1,000 receivers. And I just wish they had Smitty's mindset, the D-line mindset of fucking.
But they're not all like that. Not all receivers are like that. I think there's, these big NFL receivers are like that. The A.J. Browns, Terrell Owens used to be like that. The best ones are always going to be, the most volatile with, I want the ball now. And that's not Jalen Hurts' personality. I think the issue also is that's not the rest of the team's personality. Devontae Smith doesn't say nothing. Dallas Goedert doesn't say nothing. They also don't have a very good third wide receiver. So I think you put a lot of emphasis on having to get him the football. And if you don't get him the football, this is what you have to trade, though. You want him.
Here's why I give Sirianni credit, though. You are basically showing that the highest paid guy, which is going to be Jalen Hurts, you can coach him. And if people nowadays in this soft society thinks that Sirianni's probably degrading him, belittling him, that's probably going to be the narrative on social media, right? And then it'll become a white and a black thing. And then everyone's going to get involved. It's going to be a fucking shit show. Just watch. So this video right here goes viral today. But at the same time, I give credit to Sirianni for saying, hey, dog, you're going to have to eat this. And it probably was a conversation prior to practice. That's what I would have done. Hey, dog, we're going to fucking do some shit you probably ain't going to want to do. And you ain't going to be happy about doing it. But we got to do it because if you do it, Jalen, then the rest of these motherfuckers will buy in and say, fuck, Jalen's on the ground doing it. Then my motherfucking ass that makes $600,000 a year can do it. That's why I like it.
But they've had this problem twice in my lifetime. They brought Terrell Owens in. It was a charade around him. But you traded it because he got you to a Super Bowl.
He did.
With him, AJ Brown, they're going to deal with it because but this is why it's very difficult to deal with this. Notice how he is when they're winning and he's getting the football. He's all about everything. I'm this, I'm that. Now look, they're not playing well. They're a fraud. Let's just be honest. The Eagles are a fucking fraud. They are. That's the truth.
Over 2 bad games? Damn, that quick?
They are. Let me ask you a question. Be honest.
Please.
At what point this year have you been impressed by them at all?
They
Seriously.
should have lost to New England.
They were down in every game.
Yeah, they should have lost to New England. Arizona.
But that's really
Jets beat him with no QB. Jets beat him with no QB.
But that's how you define a winner, though. Like, we can say that, right? You're right. Every game's been like, damn, it's not the Eagles of last year. There's no dominant performance. There's no dominant wins. But at the end of the day, they've been finding ways to win week in and week out.
Yeah,
And to me, that's the will of a winner. It's the will of a champion when you find a way.
But look at what happened. They step up and play the 2 teams that are better than them in the conference, and they didn't just lose. They got fucking caved the fuck in.
But they also beat the Cowboys the first time. So like we're so like, what have you done for me lately? Like, the Cowboys won 1, the Eagles won 1. Now the Niners are a whole nother conference.
Let me ask you something.
The best team in the fucking league right now.
You know damn well though that when the rubber meets the road,
yep.
Let's say they play this coming week or the week after. Could you actually agree that the Eagles wouldn't be a favorite? I know that.
Nah, I don't trust them right now. I am with you, bro. Like, I need to see, like, they need to
this
fix some
defense
shit.
is bad. They're bad. And the problem they have is while the defensive line's solid, the edge rushers are not getting to the quarterback like they were last year. There's no 70 sacks on this team. They don't invest in linebackers. The linebackers are a fucking joke. You're bringing in guys off the street that are 3 or 4 years past their prime. The secondary's old. I mean, the defense is bad. It's just bad. And offensively, teams are figuring them out. The play calling's been horrible. Yeah, I mean, the red zone, it's just and it doesn't surprise me that this is where it's catching up from. They're just struggling. And the defense ain't going to just flip. This defense is weak.
Yeah, I feel you, man. We'll see. I still got them going to the Super Bowl, win the Super Bowl against the Ravens. So I'm not gonna change my Super Bowl pick.
There's
they're struggling.
Fucking way they go to San Francisco and beat the 49ers. No way. No way.
It doesn't look that way right now, but I gotta stick with my team. I can't flip flop, you know what I'm saying, and switch over. I'm gonna say
and
what I said.
JB will tell you, JB, who's been more dialed into the NFL than me this year?
Nobody.
Nobody.
When we do Sundays, you do it.
But here's what I'll tell you. This week, the Eagles are going to fucking pummel the Seahawks. Because that's how the NFL works.
Yeah.
They've looked terrible the last 2 weeks, right? Seahawks, I think, are just a bad team. I think we have to recognize that. Seahawks just aren't a good team. They're not.
Speaking of that, some people beg to differ.
Okay.
He had a good lift this morning, so we'll see how each day goes.
Geno Smith is back. Jeff, he's back. I know you're not impressed with Geno. I haven't been impressed.
Sounds like we're rushing him back because we're desperate.
Yeah, I don't know. Here's a take. Interesting that you said that the Seahawks are in desperate need of a win because the Rams, who I think got fucked last week against the Ravens, who I picked to beat the Ravens, I think the Rams are playing as well as anybody in football right now. And I don't think anybody wants to play the fucking Rams right now. And either did the Ravens, and they got a block in the back that saved their motherfucking ass last week. But I'll say the Rams are now tied with the Seahawks in that last spot in the NFC. And if the Rams get in, they are a danger player in this mix. I'm just telling you.
But here's why you cannot believe Pete Carroll. 2 days ago, he was praising Drew Lock and saying, Drew Lock's our starter against Philadelphia. Now, 24 hours ago, now it's back to Geno. Listen, here's why you can't bet on Seattle, okay? They're an average team in a poor conference. Just because they need to win doesn't mean they're going to. And they've defined it year after year that at least the last year or two, they cannot be trusted. They have. When was the last time they've won? I mean, it seems like weeks since they've won.
Yeah, I know. It has been weeks. They've on a losing streak, and they just, the running game was crippled. He got hurt. They lost the quarterback. The wideouts haven't been stepping up like I think they should. They got Williams from Giants, Leonard Williams is that his name? I thought they'd be much better up front. In turn, The Giants have become a top 3 defense over the last 3 weeks, and the Seahawks have become a shit defense. So I'm trying to figure out, was Leonard Williams a problem? I'm like, shit, what's going on here? But we're going to see. Seahawks are backs against the wall. Seahawks are backs against the wall.
I'll tell you this. If the Eagles go into Seattle and lose, this city will go fucking crazy. Because the thought is, you can't lay on your back for 2 weeks, have the practices. I mean, they're delving into like high school tendencies, like things we're doing to improve as high schoolers would do. If you can't respond this week, I mean, I'd have to feel like if you have the Eagles in the Super Bowl, you'd have to be really questioning what you're doing. This is a spot where you have to respond if you're the Eagles against.
Hey, Jeff, we got a new segment we got to do with you. It's called Real Talk or Jaw Jacking. And we're going to play a video, and you got to say, is it real talk or is it jaw jack?
This is why I love JB. He comes up with these great segments. JB's the best, isn't he?
में अगर सलमान खान की जगह कोई और हीरो होता ना तो भाई साहब ये फिल्म बॉक्स ऑफिस पे बहुत बड़ी फ्लॉप रहती क्योंकि सबसे पहली बात फिल्म की कहानी में इतनी जान नहीं थी और जो फिल्म इतनी भी चल गई ना जो पैसा इसने कमा लिया भाई साहब जो सिर्फ और सिर्फ सलमान खान की वजह से कमाया और एक बार और सबसे बड़ी गलती तो ये करी फिल्म के मेकर्स ने कि वर्ल्ड कप के मौके पर
All right, real talk, jaw jacket.
Fuck, it's real talk, bro. It's real talk. Like, this motherfucker's like, at the end of the day, I pay for a service. I pay for a service to get my car fixed. You said it would be fixed today. It's not fixed today. So what's the issue? I'm not about to
He's
get
actually talking about. He's talking about movies.
I'm just looking at both of you like, is JB serious? Is this motherfucker? We really supposed to understand this motherfucker? That motherfucker
he said one word that I understood: box office. And there were movie posters behind him. So he's talking about movies.
Here we go. Here's a real one, though. Here's a real one, Jeff. I was just fuck with everybody on that one. I didn't even let Smitty know we had that one in.
What is that? Where'd you get that?
I don't know. I found it this morning. Real talk or jaw jacking. Take a listen.
And outthink no woman. You can only dominate, control, and manipulate. You can't outthink her. Because while you fucking, she thinking. Not only that, nigga. A woman can run much further with her skirt up than we can run with our pants down. I'm going to let that sink in. A woman can run much further with her skirt up than you can run with your pants down. How you going to run circles around her, nigga?
That's a bar. Where'd you get that bar from?
The old niggas, all the shit I'm saying, I'm repeating what the old niggas say.
That was tough.
Real talk or jaw jacking?
For once, real talk with him. He says a lot of stupid shit, but he's not wrong. I will tell you this, and I think
fucking Eddie, man. No, sorry, Jeff, to cut you off.
Yeah. Thank you, Eddie. Appreciate you, bro.
I don't know what this is about, but
nothing. Keep going.
No, I just want to say that
99 cents is what it's about, Jeff. I'm gonna straight up say it. Eddie is the brokest, most loyal motherfucker on this show. I
love Eddie, though.
Hey, Smitty, before you and Jeff came on the show 2 years ago, Eddie was trying to become a member. He dropped $1.99 about 35 times trying to figure out how to become a member. It was $1.99 a month. He dropped the $35.99 chats. I said, homie, that's not how you do it. The whole chat was lighting Eddie up. And ever since, Eddie's kind of figured out he's just a member now.
Well, you know what? Shout out to him because he seems like a loyal man. And
he's loyal shit.
I respect people like that.
Loyal as shit. That's why I said loyal as shit.
But we need to put more emphasis on our older folks in our society because they are fascinating people. I will tell you.
Smitty don't think that. Smitty don't think. He said
no,
kill.
I'm not talking about. No, I'm talking about old though. I'm talking about like 70s, 80s. We don't talk enough to old people. I want to have a show where I just talk to people over 90. How'd you get to where you are? Tell me about something I can use in my life that will benefit me. Like those old, he's right. He's talking about the old heads and they've been through a lot, man. The stories. My grandma just died. She was 98. The stories she used to tell me when she was a kid, about just growing up, like people would walk on the sidewalks because they couldn't walk on the streets because they couldn't walk on the sidewalk. She would tell me stories like that about how certain people just couldn't do certain things. It was fascinating. I'm blown away at some of the things she used to tell me about how life.
It is, really is. Before we get to the games tomorrow, we got 10 minutes. We're going to show you some. We got to go through our little things with Jeff since he's on Friday. We love having Jeff on. We get Jeff to be on for 3 hours, but he's on an hour. We got some BPS for you. We don't have a logo for it. So, Smitty, can you give us the BPS logo?
The BPS logo. Here you go.
Let's go.
What's your type of guy? Do you have a boyfriend?
No.
Let's go find you one.
Let's go.
What's your type of guy?
That's funny. Oh man.
Smitty, she said black, homie. Where you at?
She didn't say tall. She didn't say lean, muscular, big, skinny, so smart.
So wait a minute, is that white people shit or black people shit?
No,
white people shit.
We all knew what she was gonna say. I feel like
she said just black. Just be black and I'll fuck. I don't need nothing else.
I gotta tell you, those skits I've seen on TikTok they're not real, right?
I don't know. I think they cut them. I think that is real for her, and then they cut the other shit in, obviously. But I'm saying I think they make them, but I think the original one is real. I don't know.
Yeah,
Let's find out.
Because
Bailey, drop the white people shit. We got a white bread logo. It's the most racist show in America. We can show the white people shit, but we can't show the black people shit. Here we go. White people shit right here.
Good morning here in December in Michigan. As you can see, this lake is frozen. However, it's not going to stop this guy.
This is as white as it gets.
He better not do what I think he about to do.
City?
He better not do.
I actually want to comment on this.
You're going to be very shocked on this one, guys. I'm telling you.
This is the actual cold plunge about to happen here.
Oh, you better not.
You barefooted right now, Smitty. It's already white people shit.
Yeah, but it's not. Though. This is actually very good for your body to do.
It is. It is.
He got on boxer briefs and shit. It's
I mean, he's not. He just doesn't have a tub, so he's just doing it out in the. It's country shit.
That's what makes it white people shit, though.
Yeah, but it's very healthy, actually.
I've done cold bath. I know that, but it's the location of what he's doing.
Well, it's redneck shit. This is like something you do in like Kentucky or something.
Yeah.
This is in Detroit, by the way.
No, really?
Yeah.
He's going to do a big jump. Huh?
It's time.
I got cold just thinking about that.
I know. I got chills in my fucking chest.
He's chilling in it too.
White
But
people
look at him.
got-
That's
hey,
why he's in shape. He's kind of in shape, that guy.
White people are something else, man.
A lot
Yeah.
of scientific research saying that this is good for anti-inflammation.
Inflammatory.
Watch,
See?
that guy will live till he's 110.
He just said what Jeff said. Now, can I give you some context on that, Smitty, before you judge? Don't ever judge a book by a cover. That's a real good friend of mine who's pretty famous.
Really?
His name is Rude Jude.
Oh, I love Rude Jude.
So that was Rude Jude. Eminem, one of Eminem's best friends growing up, 8 Mile. One of his best friends. He, I don't know if you heard about what happened on series and everything that happened to him. But anyway, he's back in Detroit. He's back in Michigan. And that was him doing some white people shit. And I just had to show that shit. I texted him and told him, I'm putting your shit on my show tomorrow. He don't give a fuck. I've been on his show a few times. He don't give a fuck. He's funny as shit.
I've heard recently, and Smitty, I don't know if you know this, but I heard that right there, doing what that guy did, is one of the easiest ways to lose weight. Like it's incredibly effective.
Yeah, it burns fat. Yeah, that cold.
It's an anti-inflammatory.
Does a lot of good things for you. Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Last thing. BPS, black people shit right here.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
He making us look bad, man. Black folks, we are down bad right now.
I saw Steve Kim posted something very funny. He goes, "This takes away the stereotype or something."
We lost 100 points right here, man. The black community.
Can we argue that that's actually white people shit?
Right. Oh, you know what I mean? It's like, damn, like
sometime you guys got to grab. You gotta find. Maybe Bailey can find this now. When I played yak basketball at Barstool, you should find that.
I saw it. I saw it. It looked horrific.
Well, it was all for the camera. I did it for.
I know.
It got viral. It went big.
Yeah.
It went big.
I remember you told me. I was like, holy shit, man.
Ryan Russillo was retweeting it. It went big.
We got a few new segments, Jeff, and I appreciate you liking it. I'm carrying them. I got a bad back because I'm carrying Smitty on this show. But let me ask you something. I need to know what you guys think this is. Is it white people shit or is it BPS?
Ricky Williams says his wife's last name's a great relationship. Man.
That's white
people. Come on, Ricky. This is high people shit. This is people shit.
That's I don't have any balls, and I'm going to pretend that we're going to help my wife.
Smitty hot that he's a brother. That's why he was like, come on, Ricky. Smitty hot as a motherfucker right now. I'd be hot as hell.
Hey, I'm hot at you, JB. I'm pissed at you for even promoting this shit on this fucking show here. We got responsibility as a platform and as a voice and as the biggest fucking show on the internet to put out searches. We don't put out bullshit like that. We don't promote that, JB, on this show. Damn you, damn Ricky, damn the girl. Don't take the woman's last name. Come on, bro. What type of world we in?
That's the world we're in. Hey, Jeff, real quick. What do you think about this? Tyreek Hill, who you're very critical of. I know personally people that have coached him. I replaced, he left about 6 months before I took
one of the biggest pieces of shit, low life fucking pieces of trash on the planet, Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, that's all I know about him as well. He's up for the MVP, though, so Smitty will defend him. Smitty,
I don't know in person, so I can't say shit. I don't know in person. All I know is he's balling on the field. He's a future Hall of Famer. He's the best receiver in the league right now.
Understand this. He beat and choked his pregnant girlfriend. He should be thrown in a fucking cell and never get out. In fact, we should put a bullet in his fucking head. That's what we should do.
Oh shit!
Straight up.
Oh fuck! We about to get this show. It's about to be our last fucking show. We about to get everything. We gonna lose Mint, Bet Online, QMS.
I couldn't give a fuck that he is a celebrity. He's a scumbag piece of shit. Fuck him.
He is. Everything I know about him is accurate, but people cover it up when they're ballers. Jeff, you know as I know.
Oh, yeah, I know. If you are good at something and catch a football or you can put a ball in a hoop, you are allowed to commit whatever crime you want. You can have someone kill a pregnant girl like Brandon Miller, and you become the second-ranked NBA draft pick, and now you're making millions.
Hey, what happened to Von Miller, Smitty? Do you know? Because I know he turned himself in, but then he was released. Did the girl drop it?
Yeah.
What was the deal with that?
That's another one.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because he played the other day.
Well, they didn't file criminal charges against him. That's why.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's always simply so for me when all that stuff gets dropped because at the end of the day, I don't know what's true. And oftentimes, as soon as we hear a report, oh, this man put his hands on a woman, whatever, we instantly just start bashing the player. I
know what he did in college and junior college. I know what he did at Oklahoma State. And I know
the thing is, Tyreek Hill was he pled guilty. He admitted to it.
No, I know.
I was talking about Vaughn. I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Oh,
yeah,
I do agree with it.
I know for a fact what he did in JUCO. I know for a fact what he did at the 4-year level twice, 2 different colleges, Oklahoma State, North Alabama. He's not a very, hopefully he changes, but I'm just telling you, I know he's done some shit, real shitbird stuff that any of us.
At what point? Why do we?
As a daughter.
There is no reason to ever do that to anyone. They can't change. He can't change. Tyreek Hill cannot change. He will always be someone who choked and beat up his pregnant girlfriend. That's what he should be known for.
Well, I'm just saying, people don't want to give you, I say it all the time. We are.
If someone who is a pedo, right? They're known for that, right? When are we going to put women beaters on the same level as low-level scumbag miscreants like they are?
I've been asking for it for a long time. I'm going to tell you right now. Like, shit. He's silly the boss. We're not going to get into a political debate, but you'd say it's BS that he said put a bullet in his head. You can say whatever you want, but
that was your sister.
I got a daughter, and I'd have put a bullet in his head for what I know he did do. So, silly the boss. Stay in your lane, because if you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, you come off as ignorant.
What if that was your sister? What if that was your daughter?
Let's get into some games real quick. The only game that matters, Jeff, is UCLA Boise. And I know, like you said, start this thing off. Betting is going to be a bitch on these bowl games that are meaningless. Boise, UCLA, no quarterbacks. I don't know I don't even know how you bet it. It's a local game in LA. Where are you at with this game?
I don't think you can bet it. I think you have to just assume that a lot of these games are going to be low scoring. Here's what I'll do. I'll tell you the game that I would bet. The one game that I did personally bet, Georgia Southern. I played them. If you look at their team, it's pretty much full, good to go. That's how I look at it. I don't think you can bet these games. I would look elsewhere. And a lot of people just bet them and assume, oh, they're all playing. You're going to be in for a rude awakening. I would say this is a great under game because we do know UCLA still has a good defense. We know that Boise, they're just not going to be able to move the ball. Third string quarterback, I believe he's a true freshman that's going to play. We can't expect him to move the football. They're going to run the ball a lot. Under.
Jacksonville State, 8-4 Louisiana. I think Rich Rod gets a new job next year, but he's going to have to show one more year at this level.
NFL.
Yeah, maybe. They're in the R&L Carriers Bowl. Used to be decent. These two game teams, 6-6, 8-4 team. I don't know. App State 8-5. They took a shit late. I thought they were a pretty good team early. Miami of Ohio 11-2. I bet App State beats the dog shit.
Miami, Ohio quarterback Brett Gabbert's out for the year. Avion Smith, who was in there, he transferred. They're another team down to their third string quarterback. I believe App State. You got to look into their quarterback too. I will say, if anybody wants it, you can reach out to me. There's a tracker I found that tracks all this shit on who's playing and who's not. So if anybody really wants this stuff, they bet on this stuff, reach out to me. I'll get it to you.
New Mexico State, Fresno State. Interesting game here. Two proximity-wise local. Fresno 8-4, fell on their face late. New Mexico State 10-4. Did they really play 14 games already?
Yeah. They had a week 0 game. So this one, I'll
see, Smitty, I'm just thinking about next year. You're going to have this team play 18 games in college and then bitch about it, homie. Get the fuck out of here. I don't want to hear no more bitching about these fucking kids. I don't want to hear another fucking thing about anything about missing class, fucking going to class. Dog, miss me with the NCAA's bullshit. 18 games this team could essentially play next year.
This game will actually be pretty good, though. Both quarterbacks are going to play. Mikey Keene, I believe, is good to go. Diego Pavia should be back. These are two pretty solid teams. This will be one of the better bowl games, I think, probably of the early slate. Jeff Tedford, the coach for Fresno, not going to be coaching, so they have an interim coach in. I would lean New Mexico State, if I'm being honest. This team is very impressive this year and stepped up and played some good football teams, as we know. Beat Auburn. Should be a good game. This should be a good one. Back and forth.
Texas Tech, Cal, Texas Tech. I mean, I don't know. You're not going to be on until next week, but Monday's games, is there any better ones? I know fucking Western Kentucky, Old Dominion. Fuck. These games are horrific, Smitty.
And let's just keep adding more.
If we're looking forward to next week, Smitty, we got fucking Troy and Duke, Arkansas State, Northern Illinois. Fucking
might be a good one. It might be a good one. Arkansas State, they beat us in the bowl game. They often play MAC teams in bowls. So
Kansas, UNLV.
That'll be all right.
God, these games are atrocious.
Yeah, we have to stop this. And this is why the NCAA tournament's so great, because we haven't fucked with that yet for the most part. But we will. We'll eventually fuck that up too. It sucks. I mean, it sucks that this is where we are. Sports is great, but they've really screwed with it. I mean, look at the fucking product we had to watch last night. I mean, what the fuck are we doing, man? I mean, look at what the biggest story in sports in that league is right now. Some fucking Goomba quarterback who won't even be there next year, who isn't good, and we're trying to generalize that he is.
He's in the fucking MVP race.
No one said that. No way.
I swear to God, Smitty, did they not say that?
Well, not MVP race. They said his last 3 games, like what he's doing, like that would be on pace if he did it for the full season. On pace to be the MVP. He's not literally in the race to win. Yes,
Smitty, like either of you. Let's say you were an NFL player. Like you're trying to be respected. You're trying to earn a big contract. You're standing there, and that fucking Yahoo walks out as an agent dressed like that. I would say, what the fuck? What are you doing? Go in the fucking locker room and dress like a fucking human being. You're not fucking Junior Soprano. You look like a fucking asshole. This isn't Halloween. Go in and fucking dress on something. You look like a jerk off. Straight up. People, they're not laughing with him. They're laughing at him. What are we doing here? You look like an asshole. You're a professional. You're in your 40s, dude. This isn't a fucking joke. You're trying to get a guy a contract. I would say walk the fuck in your locker room and put something else on, dude. You look like a fucking idiot.
They claim he got mob ties. They claim this shit
He
real.
doesn't. He doesn't.
You
He
might have to
doesn't.
talk about this shit, Jeff, on your next episode, man, on your podcast.
They're not connected to the mafia. I would tell you if they were. They're fake, phony fugazis is what they are. Jesus Christ, man. Oh, I'm a hater. He looks like an asshole. All these people suck. They're the worst.
Hey, Bailey, put this in real quick before we leave. I got to leave with a laugh. I got to get Smitty to laugh. Appreciate you, Corn on the pod. Corn on the pod.
Bailey fired, really?
This
No
is what
way.
makes the.
Who?
Is that true?
Somebody put Staley was fired. Let's type it in on
I
Twitter.
hope he was fired.
Let's type it in on Twitter.
Now he's not by now.
The Chargers are cleaning house after last night's disaster, firing coach Brandon Staley and longtime GM Tom Telesco. Sources say Rappaport 1 minute ago. It is official. That's how we end the show with some breaking.
Wait up. Where are you seeing this at?
It's in the chat
Why did
right
it
now.
take that long, though?
It's in the private chat. They finally did. Ian Rappaport just posted 2 minutes ago. He broke it. And the
Really?
Chargers posted 36 seconds ago. We have parted ways with head coach Brandon Staley and general manager Tom Telesco. They ain't even capitalized the W. You know they couldn't wait to put this, boy. Let me tweet that real
Fuck
quick.
that. I would have fired him last night.
Yo, can you post that in the private chat, that clown world thing that JB just posted? That's funny.
The what?
JB just posted a private chat, that clown world thing.
This is under what category, Smitty?
The tenants that live below. Hold on, I ain't see it. Go back. Fuck, I was typing. Damn. Play it back. Oh, shit. Hold on. Oh.
It's Smitty's apartment right now.
Hey, shout out to that sister, man. She's trying to have a good time, but you know what I mean? She's unhealthy.
She's unhealthy.
She's unhealthy.
She's not gonna live till
Two things can
40.
be true. She's unhealthy, but hey, let's give her. She might lose weight. Jeff, you lost weight. You was a big guy. You lost weight. Let's give her time. She might lose weight.
But I didn't post
She can still be
stupid-ass
happy.
videos like that.
You didn't post them, but you've been in some videos, Jeff. You my
Not
guy. You been in
doing
some
that.
videos.
Not doing that, bro. Hey, look at JD's comment, JB.
Who?
JD.
Jermaine Dupri.
She looks
Is that
like
in the
she
chat?
she looks like she eat good ass. I mean, I couldn't do that one though, because I actually got, 8s, 9s, and 10s to do it. I don't need a negative 10 to do it. I'm just being honest.
Ain't no 8, 9s, and 10s just gonna come over and AE you and just fucking leave without any type of commitment,
Okay.
no type of money, no type of 8, 9s, and 10s. They need something in return. They're not coming over to AE
Okay.
you and then fucking leave. So you're
You're
having
crazy as
5s and 6s. 5s and 6s.
You need it. You need that shit. I
JB,
don't pay
look at me,
shit.
JB. Look at my
Be lucky
fucking
if
face.
Taco Bell fuck with me.
Let me
Be
brush
lucky
my
if
hair. Look at
Taco
my
Bell fuck
face.
with me. Nah, you all accept it and expect it, and then you allow it. You all think you got to pay a dime piece. I'm like, get the fuck out. There's a million dime pieces, and all you need to do is get one to say yes. Why are you paying them? I don't pay to play, homie. Never have, never will.
We all do in the end, though.
Thank you.
And you pay him to leave, by the way, but you ain't. That's Taco Bell for me.
JB
See, me,
think
I
he's so.
smoke-
JB swear he's
Hey,
such
you
a
know,
player.
I cook a cowboy steak. I smoke some rib. That's paying. I say it all the time.
All
You're
right.
paying something.
All right.
But you do
You're
that
not
too.
paying in the
But
way
you do that
you're
too,
talking
bro.
about. You know what I'm talking about.
No, you're talking about you don't have a girl come over, you give her 500 and she does what you tell. Like, I get what you're saying. But in a way, we all do. Like, we all take them to dinner and, like, for Christmas, you got to buy them shit. Like,
Yeah, keep it real, JB. JB act like he's so gangster, so fucking player, so pimp, man. JB is super nice to the ladies, super kind of little romantic, gentleman. Like, I know the real JB when we all fucking line. He loves serving others, having friends over. He's gonna cook for everybody, make sure the house is clean, make sure you're comfortable. That's how JB is the nicest motherfucker in
So
the
two things
world.
can be true, right?
He's super nice. All this little hard
Wait,
shit.
two
I
things
don't
can be true,
pay for pussy. I don't never.
Hey, wait. The two things can be
Come
true,
on,
right?
Not in this situation. No, it's one thing.
Hey, Jeff, two things can be true. Every fucking day there's some.
No, I actually agree with him on
2 things can be true.
D. Jones, I'm calling this bluff, D. Jones.
I think you're a lot like what he's talking about. I think on the surface you pretend to be like a real tough. Oh yeah. But in the end, like you're just a nice guy.
I don't pretend though.
I peel through the layers, JB. Like I look into your soul.
Guy. That's the
Hey,
thing.
that video
I'm always the same guy.
That
you
video
do
you
a lot
posted,
of shit, JB. That's why you put that hard exterior, but beneath the layers, you got a soft inside.
That video.
You have to. But don't let the smooth taste fool you. That's the problem people get into.
Jeff, why you take my laugh, Jeff? You know he took my shit.
His laugh, bro.
That is my fucking laugh, homie. Are you kidding me? Hey, Bailey, put that last one in honor of Staley. Put this last one in.
After this, I gotta go. I got a big money conversation.
Yo, that video you posted, JB, about your dog playing poker, that was pretty funny, I have to say.
Which one?
Your dog's like you pull the camera over, your dog is just sitting there like.
Oh, that motherfucker, man. He's unbelievable. Like he thinks he's really part of the fucking deal.
That's funny.
Chargers now just hit on ESPN. Telesco, that was Pat McAfee's GM in Indy. You know he's an Indianapolis. You know he's a Colts guy, Smitty.
Let's go. I knew the name sounded familiar.
Yeah, so that was him. I don't know how you don't know that, but you're a fan of the Colts. I don't understand how you don't know that.
Oh,
that's Phillip Rivers now.
No, they said Brandon Staley's gonna have to start doing the OnlyFans after this, and this is the.
I actually do that same stretch, but just
no, it's great for the spine. Actually, I do.
I actually do the same stretch
because I had a bulging disc in my back, and that was one of my major workouts to get.
I'm sorry, man. I can't do it. I just can't do it. I can't wait. I'm gonna dive in on Monday. I can't do the run up the stairs, all the bullshit before a game. If you got time to do that, no wonder you're shitty.
But we don't know when that was taken. That could have been at 3:00.
But I'm just saying. No. He does this every game, pregame. This is his pregame routine. I'm just saying.
I would do that
Pete Carroll works out for the game.
Yeah,
You don't say shit about
I would do
him.
that too.
Right, what you talking about? Come on, bad take.
Just because you don't work out, bro, doesn't mean we don't.
Right, don't try to make us look bad. We care about
no,
our
you
health.
don't. That's
Coach Jason Brown
That's
hasn't touched a fucking. Look at when he ran in Last Chance U. He couldn't even run a straight line, bro.
What do you mean? I ran with a pink jersey. I ran fucking eight gassers.
8 gassers.
And I did what I said I was going to do. Get rid of these motherfuckers. I'm glad. I couldn't run before a game. There's no way I could run before a game, Smitty. I'm thinking about the game. I got other shit going on. There's no way I'm going to go out here and pregame work out before the game. I got other shit to worry about. Hey, work out on your own when you're not being filmed, Jeff. Fuck out of here. I got to be filmed.
But they're filming him just because he's on the hot seat. They don't. He probably does it every game.
Right.
Years ago.
That's how he works his anxiety out pregame and gets his stuff.
Listen,
he's thinking through while he's working out.
I think he has a. Let's just be real. He wasn't a good NFL coach. We all know that. Kind of like Chip Kelly in a way. He would be real good at like another spot. He's just not a head coach.
Right.
Like, we get that. I mean, it's part of the NFL. He was really bad, but he'll be a good offensive coordinator somewhere.
You know what I do before a game? I get my ass ate, and then I fucking bust one, and then I go in the office and work, and then I'm ready to coach. I'm not going to go do a fucking Kegel stretch like a fucking...
Yeah, but look at the shape the guy's in. He probably could run a fucking marathon.
Yeah, he's 5'9", weighs 140. He better be in shape.
JB be in the office. Get out! Don't knock on my door. I'm getting my ass. Hey, get out!
I do have to say, why are you doing this like on the field?
Yeah,
do that in the locker room.
Get out!
Crap.
I'm busy. I'll be in here in a minute.
Hey, have you seen the Kanye West cussing everybody out?
I feel like we've seen that video 50 times.
Really? Well, we don't need to see it.
Oh,
again.
he does it all the time, doesn't he?
Oh, I don't know. There's something new out. Anyway, Eddie Manyweather, I don't even know what to tell you. I'd rather you just keep the 99 cents instead of slap me in the face with it. Just keep it and save it towards your
most.
Put it on your Boost Mobile and your Dak Prescott fund when they fucking fall on their face again. Do it there. Save the 99 cents. Put it in Smitty's Boost Mobile account so he can have better internet. Get the show on the internet so we can get in the studio. Mint Mobile, turn it over today. Hit the like button before you get out of here. Subscribe. It is a great weekend. It's Fearless Friday, Free Game Friday. We were fired up today. Big Matt joined us. Big Jeff joins us, and we will see you Monday, God willing. Much love to everybody in here.
Will Colorado be bowling? Did they have a bowl game this weekend or
no? But they've been recruiting their ass off.
Will Colorado be playing in a bowl game this weekend or next week?
They've been recruiting their ass off, Jay. You better slow your roll because next year when they win 9 games, I'm gonna remember everything you said this year. You better get them now.
No, I'm
just
get
them now.
Matt McChesney, are they playing this week or next week or ever again this year?
We out, y'all. We gotta start a beef. Peace.
We switched it and filled the gap. Smitty and Jason Brown, we killed it, yeah, it's a wrap. We want the games we're missing, we switched it and filled the gap.
You are now tuned in to the Coach JB